Yo, why
Hey,
you
yo,
say
we
that?
interrupt your regular scheduled programming for some breaking news. Clockwise. We back, baby. What's going on? It's been a long time waiting for people to still get settled in. We got one of our people we know who loves to be late. You know how she get down. I ain't gonna call her out, Melissa. MJ, I ain't gonna call her out. You gonna start off like that. Why you listen, bro? I mean, it's good to see you back too, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, get yourself buckled.
Can
What's
I do
up?
something real quick? Can I hit him with something real quick?
Go ahead. Oh, well, you stole my joy, bro. I was about to do that.
You was about to do it? You was about to. All right, my bad.
Yeah, it's all right. We all good. Hold on a second, bro. Now you see me, now you don't. There we go. Just want to make sure we have all people on Twitch there too.
Wow. All right. Make sure we get all that.
Yeah. All right. I think I fixed the problem. If not, we'll deal with it. But what's up, people? I'm Black Earth. Excuse the voice. A little harsh, nigga, bit hard at work. Carrying the business 211-7. All my people out there that support us, that be out in the streets, in the club, and listen to music. Appreciate it. I'm going to throw the clips.
Yep.
What's good, brother?
Sorry I left you. What's going on, everybody? It's King Clips, family man, doing the family damn thing. We back at it. We haven't seen you guys in a long ass time. How y'all feeling out there, man? How y'all feeling, man? You know what I'm saying? How you feeling tonight, Black?
Yo, I'm feeling good, man. I can't complain. I'm blessed and highly favored. You know how that get down?
Yeah. It's been a weird year. A lot of stuff.
Say it for one more time, and people in the back. I don't think they heard that.
Word. So it's been an extremely weird year. This year, 2021, is full of question marks. You know what I'm saying? It's full of question marks. Now, before we even dive into that, you want to get into why? I mean, we human at the end of the day, right? We love doing this clock watch thing, but we human. You want to get into that? Like, life happens. You know what I'm saying? Life happens to everybody. Not only that, but it's not like we always told y'all we do this because for the love. We do this because, we love the interaction between what's up, man? What's going on? We love the interaction between, the people and us. We like the back and forth, but sometimes we're regular people. We're exactly that. We're regular people. Like, we're not millionaires. We're not, out here earning big checks for this. We very humble right now. So if life happens to one of us, we have to clock watch, unfortunately, take a back seat to that. And I want to apologize to everybody out there who has to and had to feel it, who missed us. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's all I wanted. That's what I wanted to say. Look who we got. Who is this?
We got John Lucky Parker. What's up, Lucky?
This guy always used to comment on the shows. Now he's on the show.
My bad. Hold on. Okay, I got
it. It's like a blurry screen, bro.
Nah, it's just dark. The light. I'll fix this shit right now. But yeah, what's up?
Now we just give a little background about where we've been at, what's been going on.
Yeah. Lo, we got to talk to the people, man. See what's up to them. Let them know, we ain't been fronting on y'all. This is things happen everyday life. Like, there was a time in the show when we were going back and forth with the drum. Me and Black was some shit to go on with him. And I was
what's up, brother?
Myself and say Tweed or somebody pulling it down. And then the next week it'll be me. And so after a while, man, it's just yo, we gotta take care of the fucking house. We ain't getting paid a lot of money to do this shit. But at the end of the day, we missed it. We missed y'all. We missed the interaction. And we back, man. God, Black, take over.
Nah, like you said, for real. Life happens and a lot of shit happens. So within the last like 5-6 months, bro, the weight of life and being a single parent, it's just it's not even that. It's just that shit when it rained and poured and it all poured at one time. We had torrential downpours. And but I'll tell like anybody else, it's not about falling down, it's about how you get yourself back up. You just gotta get back every time you get knocked down, get the fuck back up. And you'll make a way. I mean, shit will happen. It'll work out eventually. You just gotta believe in, keep your faith in whatever you believe in. Like I tell my people, whatever they believe in, throw it up. If they believe in tacos, they believe in the God, they believe whatever they worship stars, they'll follow that. Don't knock it, but but get back up. Don't stay down.
Right.
And shit.
Are you talking about stars right now? What the fuck?
From a brother living situation to anything else, man, this is crazy. What's up, Lucky, bro? What's up with your camera, bro?
I don't fucking know, man. There's some cheap ass shit. I got this shit for darts, man. There's some cheap ass Japanese shit. I don't know. But regardless, you don't need to see me. That's all that matters.
All right. Yeah.
Since I already know you, but I mean, tell people like what's up with you, Luck.
Yo, for those who don't know, give you a little lore. Well, we was doing the whole clock watch thing. Lucky was all up in the comments, all up in the videos. He be in a background video while Black is DJing. He run up on you. He run up on the show. Like, Lucky don't give a fuck, bro. So I want to give a big shout out to Luck. Thank you for coming on. Let them know what you're all about, man. For those who don't know you, for those who are new to Clock Watch tonight, let them know who you are.
I'm Lucky from White Plains. I'm pretty simple. I say what it is. I don't care how people feel. If I got something to say, I'm gonna say it. And if you don't like it, that's not my problem. That's a you problem. That's simple as that.
Coming in hard. You coming in like a Mack truck, bro. You know what I'm saying? Coming in with that fire right now.
Now, I mean, I just say what it is. At the end of the day, I love working. I love my job. I love the people around me, and that's what it is.
Wow.
But yeah, I ain't got no kids. I ain't got no wifey. I got a job, and I got my room, and that's what I got.
Job
and I got my weed, and I got my bud. I'm about to smoke.
All right. Yeah. So New York is legal now. How y'all feel about that? What's up?
I mean, it doesn't matter to me because I smoked wherever I wanted anyway, so I don't care.
The cops wasn't fucking with you out there, huh?
No, because if they ask me what you doing, I'm like, I'm smoking. What's up? They're gonna lock me up. You really want to bring me in for that? Fine, do that paperwork. Yeah, fine, I'll pay a $200 fine. Whatever. That's holy weed, man.
So have they before? Have they brought you up on some like petty weed charges and shit?
Yeah. I got caught with four. I got caught with 4 violations. But it was all spread out, and I mean, like they usually. I talked to the judge, like, listen, I'm like, it's only weed. You really like we need to do all this? Like, I'll pay you your money. I'll go on my way. That's it.
Yeah.
They
so I mean, in fact, they were trying to do the paperwork on you. So, like, is it like the weight a little alleviated now? You know what I'm saying? Since they like, yo, you can hold up to like 3 ounces. We're not really charging y'all for weed no more.
No.
Is it like
certain towns? Certain towns in New York have the right, if they want to not have it legal. The municipalities, if they want to, they could say no. We still find it illegal, but because federally, it's still illegal technically. You know what I mean? So I mean, if they want to do it,
there's no Fed that's gonna run back. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, like everyone, like more people smoke weed than don't. The most people that don't smoke are usually the old generations, like our grandparents and stuff like that. You know.
Okay. All right.
But all over White Plains, everywhere you go, you're gonna smell weed. Everywhere you go, you're gonna smell weed. Guaranteed. It's like everyone they smoke right in front of cops. Some people be getting scared still, and they be paranoid, and they be coming in the back of the bar trying to smoke back there. I'm like, nah, you can't smoke back here. Like, it's legal. I'm like, yeah, but we have liquor licenses. We have a liquor license. It's different. people don't get all that stuff. They just think we're assholes.
So what's the difference now between like the liquor license? Explain that part. You know what I'm saying? As far as because you bought some, right? So explain like as far as people or establishments rather aren't allowing it on their like smoking areas, right? Even though it's legal. Why is that?
Yeah. So wherever you can smoke a cigarette, you're supposed to be allowed to smoke weed. Like, but a liquor license for the SLA is that's what it's called in New York. If you're not supposed to have any kind of drugs or any other substance besides alcohol on the premises or weapons, they can technically give you a fine and you get strikes. And if you get a certain amount of strikes, you're pretty screwed, honestly. Like if you get like 3 strikes, they could take it away. They can take it right away if they wanted to, but they won't. But still, you really want to push them. I mean, you know what I mean?
Right. Would you say it's right up there with like underage drinking? That's how they look at it. You could use a liquor license over that. So I mean, like not the same instance as far as like a minor drinking or something like that. But is it like the same? Does it hold the same? What am I trying to say? Weight as far as penalties go.
It's a strike. It's basically a strike. Like you get 4 strikes. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I don't know what you call that. The four down and then 1 across, whatever it is. You get 3 strikes in a certain amount of period of time, and then they can take it from you. But at the end of the day, if they say that you have to show up for this right here, when you show up, there's always you can't get rid of it. It's not like fourth around here. Like you're screwed. Like you're gonna have to pay a lot of money at some point. You're gonna have to.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I mean, they all about the money, right? At the end of the day, so. All right. So yeah, man. I mean, I haven't seen like people wilding, running around in New Jersey just smoking up a storm. I have not seen that. I'm gonna be dead ass with y'all. Like, it's not like that out here. Like, yeah, if you run up in certain areas, like, of course, but yeah, I haven't seen people bugging out.
Nah, people smoking right out front of the bar. They be walking the cops smoking a blunt or a joint. Like, people are just like wild now. Like me, like I wouldn't go right up to a cop. Excuse me, I wouldn't go right up to a cop and send me burning right in front of the face talking to them. That's kind of disrespectful because when they started, it was illegal, and then now it's legal, and like you're just gonna throw it in the face. That's just like I think that's rude or it's not nice. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that. But other people do it all the time. They don't give a shit.
So you think it's disrespectful to the cops?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of the cops
like yo, we can do this now. I mean, as long as you blow smoke in any man's face, that's a violation. But at the same time, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Hold on one second.
Well,
as far as
the older cops
goes, I don't know how that's taken. You know, hold on 1 minute though, real quick. My son got to go potty. I'll be right.
All right, we'll handle that. Yeah, continue on, Lucky, as you were.
Say it again.
Now, let's finish with your statement you're about to make.
I was basically the older cops. I feel like when they first started, it was like no, that can't happen. So most of the career, especially for lieutenants, the white shirts and white planes, you know, all them going up to a cop and talking to them, smoking right in front of them. I think it's rude, they're disrespectful in some kind of way because their whole entire career that they have so far, except for now, is it's legal. And if I did that a year or 2 years ago, then I'd probably get locked. They would probably put me in cuffs because that's just like, hey, screw you, basically. Like, fuck your authority. Excuse my language. But you know what I mean? Like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
The younger cops, they're new and they understand it. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They're from a younger generation where it's a more acceptable background for versus older.
It's who they're raised by too. It's who they're raised by also. You got to think about people around our age. Like our parents back then might have smoked some stuff, you know, stuff like that back then. But a lot of the blue shirts or white shirts, I'm sorry, white planes, like, you know, whatever they are, lieutenants, stuff like that. They're older. They're like mid 50s, 60, like close to 60 and stuff like that. And their parents are like, no, you can't smoke the devil's lettuce. You know what I mean? Like, way different.
The devil's lettuce.
Yeah, he said that. He got balls. All right. I mean, if I was a kid, but I'm not a kid, so I wouldn't do that, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But if I was a kid, I wouldn't give a fuck, honestly, about none of that. Like, I'd probably go stupid, but of course, like, you grow up and you get some sense to you. And you know what I mean? You're just like,
Listen.
yeah, that's kind of crazy. Like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? Like I said, man, you blow any kind of cigarette smoke, weed smoke, whatever the fuck you smoking, crack smoke, you blow any smoke in a man's face is violating, man. Like, I don't give a fuck if you're a cop or not. Like, miss me with all that. You know what I mean?
With this, with the whole new pandemic shit, is Shotty's done, bro? I mean, is that Shotty's the things of the past?
Fuck if I know.
Yo, bro, I haven't done a shotty in so long, bro. I feel like it's been at least 10 years. It's probably been at least 10 years since I did a shotty. That's just too much, man. If I'm gonna burn, I'll smoke a joint. I'm good. I'll smoke a joint. I'm good. You know, I got shotty. No way, dude. I'm too old for that shit, man. I'll be like over by the crack.
Let the madness begin, son. Let the madness begin.
Yo, you got let the brains blow with the grin. Wow. All right, yo. We got the homie, Deary McKee. I'm fucking your name up right now. I'm super sorry about that, man. He says, I don't smoke, but I look at weed like alcohol. Smoke responsibly. Word. I agree with that 110%. Kids, like, you know how kids used to be hyped to turn 21 so they can drink? They should look forward to weed like that. Like, don't try to get out there and think you fucking grown and smoke yourself into a fucking gutter somewhere, robbed with your clothes on. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. All right? Don't do that, man. I definitely smoke responsibly. Like anything, take it in moderation unless, you know, you're with people you trust. And, you know, you're allowed to get a little crazy if you're with people you trust, right?
That's true.
I'm saying the kids under 21, y'all shouldn't be fucking with any of that, period. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel.
I think you're right. I agree with you 100%. If you're under
21 anyway, you shouldn't even be on Facebook watching this. Y'all probably catch a YouTube version though, but we should still have the adult over 18 barrier on this shit. I don't know, but
it's just still doing there. The only issue we're having right now is Twitch. Our Twitch viewers is getting a little delay. That's what I'm trying to fix. That's why I'm a little bit quiet here. Trying to fix that right now, but it'll work out. So I just. One thing I want to say, we should never have left y'all without a dope beat. Step 2. What's up?
That's on you. You the beat man. You the DJ.
What I'm saying to you is that Clock Watch as a whole should have left y'all empty-handed for 3 months without something checking in. And the activity on the page is a little slower than it used to be. We used to getting over 200 posts a day. Where y'all at?
Yo, that's on me too, bro. Sometimes, yo. Listen, I'm gonna be dead real with y'all. Like, man, listen, man. I think I even mentioned this on the show before. Like, I really do. I'm fucking diagnosed, man. Like, I get into my funks, and honestly, you know what I mean? I don't know what to do with myself. Hold on one sec, my son wilding. Hold on.
Handle that. Let's see what we got here. One, we should have made some installments and shit. Like, lucky no, shit, a lot of shit been crazy going on in my life personally, and everywhere. So I need to do better in checking in and keeping the content flowing. I try my best to. Thanks for all y'all that support us on IG. If you haven't got the IG account yet, please log on, support the IG. Here's this, should have on the ticker right here. There we go. IG right there. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. Cash App. If you want to make a donation, you always feel free to. And also our YouTube channel. Please support the YouTube channel. Log on if you're not there yet. Follow us there. You can find our backstories in our other episodes and shit. We got a whole season worth and half of season 2. As you can tell, my voice is fucked up right now too. But that is what it is. There's no major topics to say that we're really here. We're just catching up. We've been waiting for another cast member to hop in that told me 10 minutes to be on. And so that means it'll be 45 minutes because we know how MJ get down. Yes, I'm calling you out again, MJ, so you better watch it on your phone before you clock in. And I told her she would be like, I don't push the start time back. I'm free I'm free all day.
That's Aaliyah, isn't it? We shouldn't have left you with that dope beat. That's Aaliyah, no?
Yeah. He's out Timberland and Aaliyah.
I just realized I was there. Jesus.
I just put up not too long ago. So basically, we missed y'all, man. I mean, we have so much content we're going forward that we're going to deal with. I do want to let you know, the supporters out there, that Montana has made it through her surgery, and she has her transplant, and she's doing better. She's doing a lot better. She has setbacks, but for our followers that were out there that were actually wondering and curious, she's doing good. For the most part, she's still here with us. As far as someone like Tweet doing well, she's out there living her best life this summertime. Hopefully she'll hop on one of our shows coming up soon. Shout out to Tweet, shout out to Montana, shout out to the late person MJ, wherever she clocks on, and the rest of our staff out there, man. The rest of the people that hop on our podcast. Shout out to McKay, Ready Red.
So hold on, we staff now? Hold on. It's staff now, so I'm getting paid for this?
You're getting paid with a clock watch love. That's what you get.
Oh, boy.
You know, it's because I haven't been doing a better job monitoring. And I feel like the people that like to talk about that dirty, get down. I mean, we're all human. We're all adults. And we all we talk about sex. But I hear that. It's because I'm missing a lot of the shit I was doing, a lot of stuff we've been going through. We've been slacking on our job, and I hope to do a better job. Sorry about my voice, y'all. It's really killing me right now trying to speak. But I got me some good old high quality H2O, and he also says, so we don't respond. Not sure why others don't. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things because there's been a lot of movement in our family. I mean, we have people that start off with us, and they go and start their own stuff, and I'm very happy and fortunate for everyone that's went on and started something new, because that's what you know is growth. I mean, ain't nobody said you're gonna be able to clock watch forever. You go out, branch on your own stuff, create your own brand. That's a beautiful thing. More power to you. I ain't mad at you. Not at all. Clips, you hear that?
Oh, look at that.
What happened? My son just do the only tantrum, yo. What up? What happened?
No, I was just telling them that
my bad. That's my fault.
No, I was just saying to everybody that not everybody's meant to be with Clock Watch forever. If they go out and create their own brand and create something new, more power to them. Wish them the best. Like, we ain't salty for them. I'm glad that they usually spend some time.
Yo, I'm not
on the Clock Watch. You know what?
Yeah, man. I wish everybody the best. Like, I don't listen, man. Like, if it's time to split ways with somebody, I never have bad breakups. I usually don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm friends with everybody. Like, even if they feel as if I'm an enemy, because sometimes that happens as well. People will split ways for whatever reason, and then they start to attack us and shit. And I'm just like, all right, here we go again. Like, and we don't respond. Y'all never heard us talk about anyone in a negative light. So, I mean, we might joke amongst each other, but that's about as far as it goes. Like, we're not gonna put that part of this shit out there to the public. I think that's corny. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, more power to everybody who's out there making a way for themselves, man. Like, fuck that. Get the money. You know what I'm saying?
I think they were looking for a response for me to be like, I made you. Why would I play you?
That's so corny though. Like, that's mad corny. You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, nobody's millionaires. Like I said before, that's why we were taking breaks. Like, believe me, if we were here making hundreds of thousands of dollars doing Clock Watch shit, I wouldn't fucking take a break for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Rain, sleet, snow, or hail, I will be in your face talking my shit. But, unfortunately, I make my money by other means. You know what I'm saying? I have to provide for my family, and Clock Watch sometimes has to take a back seat to that. And, I get in my, like, I get sometimes, like, very depressed. You know what I'm saying? Not from things going on in my life, but like, I know I'm not going to be able to do another show. So why even post? This is the shit I even think, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up. Like, I should be on it. Like, you know what? Fuck that. We just going to keep going and be a machine, That's my problem, though. I really wear my emotions on my sleeve, man. So, It is what it is.
But I promise y'all that we will be more vigilant and doing more shows and building back your trust and that love that we had, and that bond. We used to have a good time, but shit, like shit happened. But I have a question for y'all. I know we're not really doing questions. It was basically freestyle, and we were just rapping, just chilling it. I was gonna wait till Miss Thing comes, but I don't know when she's coming. So I'm just gonna hit y'all without like this, y'all.
Are we headed for another lockdown? That's a great question. That's a great question.
Nope.
Not that we want that to happen. I'm saying
there's not enough money. Everything, you think things are bad now. New York City is like awful right now. If another shutdown happens, I'm telling you right now, this country, we're not even near what we were when our grandparents and our parents were running the shit right now. Think about power and stuff like that. Yeah, we have a lot of money. Yeah, a lot of money we have is from China. They're loaning money from other countries. You know what I'm saying? Other countries, basically, think about it, can really own us technically money-wise. No, if we go through another shutdown, there's not enough money to save us. I don't even know where the money that we used that we had for checks came from. Like, where did it come from? So if someone can explain to me how they have all that money, but there's so many things getting taken away from people that are retired, Social Security, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Where's it going to come from? It can't happen. It's not going to happen. They'll just let everyone die.
Well, I hear what you're saying, but I'll play devil's advocate. We're heading to another lockdown because we finally got the shit numbers down low enough, right? The moment they said you're free to go outside, the floodgates, people outside, and I know people who are not vaccinated that be claiming that they're vaccinated to be out there just to be in their fucking like. It's ridiculous. There's no people don't give a shit about anybody else, and then that's the problem. And
no. Here it is though. Here it is. Here's the raw truth. Can I hit you? Because I don't want to lose my thought, Black, and I'm sorry for interrupting. You know what I'm saying? My bad. It's as of like a month ago, this is how they figure. You know what I'm saying? Half of Americans were vaccinated. Half of the U.S. population was vaccinated about a month ago. So the way they figure is if the other half is vaccinated or doesn't want to get vaccinated, at least the other half.
So we lose half the population.
So everybody's fine. It offsets since the number is split halfway. That the people who don't versus the people who do kind of offset each other is the way they're thinking about this, which is, I don't know. I think it's elementary way of thinking because it's not going to prevent deaths at the end of the day. But I don't know. This whole shit is crazy.
Here's the big problem with that.
I gotta say, I got my first shot. I got my first shot on Friday at 12 o'clock. I came home last night from work, and my fever was 105.3, and not to mention two other really bad side effects. Let's just say that I was ready to go to the hospital today, but I went to CVS. Well, I told them first. These motherfuckers hung up on me, and so then I was like, "Oh, words like that." I went down there. I started screaming at them, and then I was like, whoa. I'm like, I should not be treating people like this. I'm stressed. It's not their fault. You know what I mean? Like, it might have been the phone. I don't know what happened. Maybe they didn't hear me. So I let me start over. I was like, I apologize. Like, how are you? I talked to them, and she told me, she's like, no. She goes, but if you have a fever over 101 again, then go to the hospital. And I'm like, thank God. I was like terrified to go to the hospital. I hate the hospital. But let's just say, that's only the first vaccination. I still have to get one more in 3 weeks from this Friday.
You should the way the numbers are looking, Lucky, you should be all right. They say either you're going to get it with the first shot or the second shot. Me personally, I lucked out. I got the Pfizer. I don't know which one you got. Which one did you get?
Moderna.
Okay. See, I got the Pfizer and I didn't get sick with either one, but my wife did. You know what I'm saying? And she took off of work the next day after her second shot. Now, That's weird because most of the cases that I've heard of people having these side effects were usually like elderly people or women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know
So
when I
this
had
is
it, though, I had it. Me, Cornell, and I. One second. Me, Cornell, and I both pretty much had it at the same time, right? See, like we know who we got it from. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? That person died from it.
Yeah.
But we both had it at the same time, and I was like crippled for days, like 3 days. I couldn't even sleep. I was crying. I thought I was gonna die. I couldn't breathe. I like drinking water. I would get sick. You know what I mean? Like it was like it was pretty. It was bad. But after 3 days, after that, I slept good. I got up and I went back my way. I just couldn't taste the Jameson I was drinking, but everything was fine though. You know, like after that, yeah. So maybe that's
All right. Hey, Al, can I get to this comment real quick?
Well,
It's the homie Gary. All right. He says, I don't think it will be a full lockdown. More conservative states will hold out, but more liberal states will. Me, the black. I have to agree with him on this one. I don't think it's going to be a full lockdown only because of what the last lockdown did to our country. Like all of a sudden, there was civil unrest and people storming the Capitol at the end of the year. So I don't think America's really with shutting down based on that fear alone. You know what I mean?
Right. I got you.
Like people become restless, and if you don't get money into their hands, they're gonna go ape shit. So I think that's why, and we really don't have the money to pay people to stay home anymore.
You're
you know
right.
what I mean?
I'm not factoring in those things. Beyond to your points, you both are 100% correct. We don't. It's not about that. It's going to come to the point where we're not going to have a choice because people that has the shot, but people who don't have the shot, are going to create another variant because it's going to go to people's bodies and it's going to mutate, come something different out there to somebody else that don't have it. Then it's going to be when you start going into people's bodies for chemistry, and the shot is not even approved by the FDA yet. Do you guys not realize that this shot that you guys are taking are not even approved by the FDA yet?
Yeah, it isn't. It isn't.
Yeah.
You know
so
what
you
I'm
guys are
saying?
taking a wild experiment because it's emergency in order to try to fix the issue.
Yep.
Versus,
and guess what? In a month, I'm about to do it again. I'm about to do it again in a month. Real talk. Because I'm going to probably be at like a 6 to 5. I think I'm on month 4 right now. I do believe I'm on month 4. I'm on either month 4 or 3. And I know the vaccine lasts anywhere from like 3 to 6 months. So my number's going to be up very soon. You know what I mean?
What up, Crystal?
Nah, bro.
And I'm definitely doing it.
To do that. No fucking way. I would not do that. I would wait until do more research and about it because they research it every day. There were teams of people that do this shit. And the research every day. I would not go get a 3rd dose and a 4th dose. That is not a good idea. I'm telling you, that's not good.
I agree. I agree with Lucky on that one. In fact, I wouldn't go get 1 dose. That's how.
Bust it though. Do you guys still run up in like supermarkets and shit with your mask on?
No.
No? Never?
Some places.
Some places you don't?
Some places, yeah. Yeah, like CVS and stuff like that.
Depends on the
pharmacies. Yeah, like there's a lot of older people getting medication.
I mean, yo,
knock
on wood. But ever since they opened up, I've been out here, God. Like I've been, you know what I'm saying? And I've been straight. You know what I mean? Like I've been straight. And they got this new Delta strain out that's killing motherfuckers left and right. Like, pay attention. This shit is real. Like, what you're talking is real, and I definitely hear you. That's why I'm kind of more so like, yeah, I'm not trying to end up in a hospital for this shit or even get sick off of this. If there's a way I can protect myself from something, I'm going to take like, fuck, man. I done gambled my life on way lighter shit than fucking COVID. Way crazier shit than COVID. You know what I'm saying? So this vaccine, y'all saying it's going to work? All right. I'm fucking with it.
If you get a 3rd and 4th, if you get it again, if you go through it again, you will have some serious effects from that. That is not a good idea. I'm just telling you. Think about it. Just getting it in the first place is not a good idea either. But if it's actually helping, it's working right now, then you know, my mom wanted me to get it, and I don't want to worry her. My mom's 71 years old. I don't want to worry her, so I'll do the right thing. And at the end of the day, I want to go to games and stuff, like Ranger games, stuff like that. You can't go in if you're not vaccinated. I'm not messing with that. I'm my life. But if you get a 3rd or 4th shot, like right now, I'm telling you right now, it's not a good idea. Like you will see repercussions from that, and you probably won't like it. Yeah, that will end you in the hospital before a COVID vote.
Because you're gonna grow a tail. You have a kangaroo pouch. You know what the fuck you want to have when you're taking that shot. You gonna
That's what you said the first time, and I'm still here though.
so far.
Lucky. I believe he was around for that episode too, where I told everybody when I got vaccinated, and he was bombing on me. Oh my god! I'm gonna grow a tail. All this bullshit. I'm just like,
uterus.
You know what I mean? Wow. Shaming me. I can't believe y'all fucking vaccinated and shaming. The vaccination shaming. Come on with that shit.
But I'm not gonna lie.
I don't bomb on non-vaccinated. That's your choice. At the end of the day, that's your choice. Like if you don't choose to get vaccinated, that's on you. But I'm gonna protect myself. Like I don't give a fuck about.
How do you know
if you guys live or die? I'm gonna say that I care if you live or die, but that is 100% your decision whether you choose to get it or not.
What if your vaccination is making it worse for everybody because you get contacted and mutates into something that uncontrolled you and then you pass it on? How do you know that's not the case?
Fuck out of here,
how do you know that you're not part of the, how do you know that your vaccination ain't part of the problem?
Yeah. Fuck you, Black.
You can't say that. You can't say that you don't know that.
Yeah. My man Pots and Kids bugging out talking about making it worse for everybody. I'm making it worse, y'all. That's crazy.
Because,
bro.
Because you know what you put in your body versus you getting it again, and then it becoming something else becomes the Voltron virus, and then the Voltron virus.
You acting like if they ain't have bionic parts, you wouldn't get some right now. But like, if they had a whole bionic arm for sale, you wouldn't cop one and get it. Made you stronger. All right, what's your sense?
Here, listen. Wait, 1 second. There's something I read. This vaccine is not. You don't actually get dead cells from it. It actually mimics it. It's the same thing. That's what it. So it's totally different. It's not like the flu shot. It mimics it. So it makes your body think that it's going to deal with the same virus, but there's no dead cells at all from that virus at all. You can look it up. I read it.
No, not at all. Not at all.
All right.
Not at all.
Educate.
There is no COVID. Yeah. We're gonna read this comment. Yeah, I definitely got one for the same reasons Lucky got vaccinated, and I've been good, and I've been out in the streets, hard body, no mask. Facts, Crystal. Same. Like, I mean, I probably ain't been in the streets as much as. No shots. That's just because I'm a family man doing the family damn thing. No shots.
We got this one too.
Check. The vaccine only lowers the mortality rate. It doesn't stop you from getting COVID and spreading COVID. Those who are infected have the same immunity as those vaccinated. The people not vaccinated will have the highest mortality rate of 0.02%. The New York Times just released this.
That's right.
Where did the New York Times get that from, though? They give it the slander. New York Times wrote the slander, though.
So now because of y'all, we're going to have the Voltron disease, nigga. And we're gonna be all fucked up.
Yo, Derry, definitely shoot me the DM to that article. You know I like to read. Send me that. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hit clips of his box.
Me too.
Let him know how he
me too. So I want to read that video.
What?
How he was responsible for the new Ebola virus.
Yo, they got that new Delta strain out here that's handing people their ass. You see how China and India is suffering right now? They going through it.
Yo,
and hold up. Where does
all over
started at? Come on.
All over again. What? Hey, yo, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You already gave me. You make my point. You make my point.
You about to do the Trump shit. You about to do the Trump shit though. You about to do the Trump shit though. Yeah, don't do that. Come on, y'all. Don't hit the fuck button.
No, I don't do that. I didn't hear what you said. What I'm saying to you. Wait. Hold on, guys. Breaking news. Oh, she made it. She made it.
55
minutes late.
What up, Melissa? What's good with you? She out here.
guys. Lucky don't get fucking tased.
Oh. Yo, Lucky, you got tased? You put your business on the street?
Shit.
I'm about to.
Oh, what, you got the HD camera now?
Thank God I'm not near her. 'Cause I don't have to pay.
Yo, it's going down.
I'm so happy I'm
It's
here right
going
now
down.
and not near her. This woman wants to pay me.
Yeah, I want to hear some of the law. I need to hear the law. What's up with Lucky getting tased?
The law? But what?
LORE, the law.
Oh no, she was carrying around. No, she was carrying around this damn taser.
In New York, tasers are illegal. So they're illegal in New York. Yes, for sure. You get fucked for that. I'll get you good with that one. But
Maze
yeah, no.
And
So if someone
illegal in New
tases
York.
me when I wake up, I'm gonna stab him. That's what's gonna happen.
We can have
Mm.
pepper. We
Damn.
can waste, not pepper
Yeah,
spray.
but pepper spray is legal. Pepper spray is.
Yeah, but Mace is not.
Y'all chose violence today. Y'all talking
No,
about
no,
Every day.
mace is illegal. Pepper spray is legal.
Yo, Derry, you have to DM me the link. I see what you're doing though. Let me
Listen,
post it.
just come out to New York for a weekend and you.
I got it. But DM me the link so we can post it. Or post it in Clockwatch even.
How do I do this here?
That'll rock. Got baby girl with you. Mine's asleep.
This
Just
mine
knocked out.
just came home. That's why I had to make a special appearance at my mom's house.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm
Gotta
sure.
pick up your kids.
Started
Yeah,
blowing
yeah.
on me though. He started yelling throughout the whole podcast. I was only on. Honestly, I've only been on for like 20 minutes.
I still don't feel it.
Straight up. That's my little guy though, man. I love him to death, dude. Like whatever. You know what I mean?
Like break
Had him
yourself.
potty training today.
All
Or
right, all right.
I'm trying to get him right, man. Like he's been fighting it. He's definitely been fighting it. You know? Oh my god. Yeah, how y'all
Hold
feel
on.
about the Olympics? Are y'all watching it this year?
I ain't watching that shit. Oh, excuse my language.
You ain't watching the Olympics?
Sorry.
I'm not even remotely interested. Look, I got both of the whole
Y'all don't
gangs
fuck
here.
with Naomi Osaka?
I thought she opted out.
Not at the Olympics. Japan gonna make her play. She's from Japan.
Oh
She's
yeah,
not
that's
from
right.
America.
Oh, she's representing Japan.
Yeah.
She's representing
Mm-mm.
Japan, not America, right?
Come on, I'm wearing a
She's
messenger.
black
That
and
love
Indian, but
talking.
she's representing Japan. Yeah.
I have no clue. I'm not even into it. I haven't watched.
I love
haven't
the
watched
Olympics, bro. I'm gonna be real. Like, I'm gonna be real. A lot of guys jumped on it last season because of women's volleyball.
Oh yeah, Shorty with the boom
Yeah.
bat.
The last time, I can't say last year. I'm gonna say what is it, like once every 4 years, right? So
Yeah.
they did that, and
Is it? Oh, fuck.
previous to that, like I just started paying attention because that's where all the good boxers are coming from at the Olympics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
So
love
That's
that shit.
always been the case.
that's how I
for-
found last Olympics. That's how I found Shakur Stevenson, and now he's
Yeah.
knocking everybody the fuck out all over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love watching the Olympics.
I don't know.
See who's
All of
breaking
it?
records, see who's the fastest, see who's the strongest. I like that shit. That's even though like the 3v3 basketball American shit ain't shit this year. Oh my god, 3v3 basketball is a fucking joke, yo. But I wish I could talk to y'all about it if y'all was into it. But damn,
Yeah.
because this I love the
Yeah.
Olympics,
No, I
man.
know that
Now I
last-
do. I used to hate that shit back in the day, but now
I
I'm like,
The
I'm on it.
2020, it's
I guess I'm
technically the
getting old.
2020 Olympics because we're a year behind because it was supposed to happen last year, not this
Yeah,
year.
that's why it says 2020 on
Right.
everything.
Yeah, it's last
Yeah.
year, they're a year behind.
Wait, Lucky, did you point that out to me? Someone pointed it out to me the other day. I didn't know that it says Olympics 2020 on it. The whole
Yeah,
time we
yeah.
watching
Oh
this
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
it doesn't say
Yeah.
2021. I'm like,
Mhm.
It says 2020 on everything too, like
Yeah.
the courts, everything. They're like we're in 2020. It's kind of like an omen, right? Seeing that year again, it's like
Yeah.
what the
It's
fuck?
like they're bringing back the
Give me that
beautiful
shit out of
contract.
this. Why can't yo, leave 2020 out
No,
of
no,
this,
no.
man?
Look, it says 2020. It says 2020 just like Copa America. Copa America was 2020 also.
We all have like PTSD.
Yo, salute to the homie Danny Santiago, though. Salute to you.
no doubt. That
He
is,
says lockdown might happen
For now, I'm talking about Copa America 2020, and for the Olympics, it's the same thing. The same shit.
because he's in Florida. Shit, bro. Hey, yo, Danny, I got that Delta out there. I got the Delta strain.
They got the Delta and Delta 2, nigga. What you talking about?
Oh, listen, Florida been getting it though. Florida been getting it.
Florida's
Y'all
been
see
open.
Florida be out here reckless.
Florida's been maskless for like 12 months now, B. Almost a year. Them niggas ain't even. They mask was like 2 months, B.
Not even. They were never even forced to wear masks. Nothing got locked down. Nobody
Why we
gave
getting
it.
torn up right now, according to Danny Santiago. He says they are feeling it. Fill your glass up with moment, feeling it.
And just look through your Facebook page and see everybody that went to Florida that live up north. Just transmitting that shit there. And you talking about we ain't gonna have another lockdown.
Yo, Crystal Martinez says the basketball game between the U.S. and Spain was lit. You like that shit?
I see why you don't pay attention when I posted that already. But I appreciate that though.
You know how we do, man. You know how we do. Oh, man. Yeah. Glass always full, boys. Glass always full. My man, Danny Santiago. Big shout out to them, the homie from way back. God damn, we old. We old.
So, Melissa, you need to be focused. I don't know what you're doing over there, buddy.
Thank you for asking me questions about where the freaking maple syrup is.
Yo, Melissa, why you always coming late?
Because I'm a responsible parent whose kids come first.
Hey, yo, I had to take care of my son tonight, too. I just took them breaks. I was still on time.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That sounds like a you situation, not like a me situation.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is your thoughts on are we heading back to another lockdown?
Yes.
Yes, you have. You're about to say a comment, or yes, the answer to the question.
Yes, it's the answer to the question because King Cuomo is gonna lock our asses back up.
He might not be in office.
He's gonna, yo, you know how he likes to keep up with the Joneses. He's definitely gonna lock our ass up. But I don't care. I'm prepared. I got mad Lysol and shit.
Who, Biden, you're saying? I think Biden gonna lock everybody up?
Well, that's what it is. I think that at some point, because I don't know necessarily who does and is not vaccinated. I'm personally not vaccinated. I have no intention of getting vaccinated. But
you look unvaccinated,
sir. But
yeah, you do look like you are not vaccinated.
But I think that at some point Biden's gonna force us all to get it. It's not gonna be a choice no more.
Yeah. Are you scared?
In this conversation,
are you scared?
This is why I don't come on here.
This is why you wouldn't be picked on you all the time. Anyway,
so I fucking come on here no more, motherfuckers.
You know the target come on a late person every time. Stop it. Stop it.
This is definitely not happening. They can't make us do that.
This is why I choose violence.
Yo, it's good to see you though. It's good to see you again.
Yeah.
Now, man, welcome back.
Dang.
Welcome back.
Been a long time.
I've been telling Black for months that I wanted to do this. I was like, yo, like let's come up with the time. But he's been available.
So as months,
we ain't allowed to be human?
A week?
No.
So is a week like a month for you? Because it's been only like a week.
Like 3 weeks in a row. I was like, yo, when are we putting on a show? I'm bored.
You're right. And I told you Thursday or Sunday. He was like,
I was down with Sunday. Well, I work on Thursday, so that's too hard for me to juggle. But
here we are.
Sundays and Mondays are my days off. This is
we'll just reshape everything around you, though. I mean, the queen.
I am the Beyonce of this group. Okay, you guys are Kelly Rowland, maybe Michelle.
Hey, yo, we cut one Beyonce once already.
I was about to call her. Hey, I was about to bomb on her. Like, yo, okay, such and such.
All right, so you said you off on Monday.
We seen this play before, haven't we? Like, I think the Clockwatch family has definitely seen that play before.
We got the best pivot in the game. We got the best.
The worst.
The
I'm
words
the
we lose
LeBron
on.
James of this team. I am the LeBron of this team.
Oh my god.
Oh, so
Melissa hold it down though. She hold it down. She's a unique fit, man. I called it from day one when she started. Like, she's good. She's good. I mean,
so other than that, what you been up to? Your fans may want to know what you've been up to. So we'll give you a little time to catch up.
I've been doing shit. I was on unemployment until like end of March. I was chilling. I was living my best life. I was doing it, and then I got so sick of my kids that I had no choice but to find a job. And I went, I have like a little part time right now. I've like decided that like because my little one just turned 4, so she starts pre-K in September. So I decided like I'm gonna dedicate the whole summer to my kids. This time I'm gonna have them both home.
I'm hearing double.
Yeah, me too. I hear it too.
I only hear one.
It might be because he's like lagging. But yeah, I just decided I was gonna just stay at home with my kids, and we've been making the most out of it, what it is, and then they'll be home. Come September, they'll go back to school, and I'll get back on my grind.
So, do you have reservations of them going back to school?
No.
There's no hesitation. Yeah.
Not this time. Well, for what it is like my oldest is 10. She's about to go into 5th grade. She's been home since March of 2020. She did the entire end of 3rd grade and all of 4th grade from home. While mentally, like educationally, she did wonderful. Her report card was stellar. It was through the roof. I was super proud of her. But socially, she's just not where I need her to be. She's become incredibly introverted. She's become incredibly, I don't know. I guess like she's just this cute little cuddly kid that I once had. She's angry. Maybe she's a little depressed. She's definitely become a little more reclusive. So I need her to reintegrate herself into society. I need her to understand that there is more to life than these 4 walls, and that there's more to life than communicating with people through a computer. She needs that one-on-one. She needs to socialize. She needs to see people, because she's probably only been on 5 play dates in the last year and a half. You know, and as I've said before, she's become what I consider a potato. She doesn't want to go outside. She doesn't want to play in the park. She doesn't want to go to the beach. She just wants to sit inside. So for me, and it's definitely become a combative situation. I feel like we're at an odds. We're just constantly bickering and fighting over things that I know that we shouldn't be fighting about. I tell her all the time, I don't want to have to punish you. I don't want to have to yell at you. I don't want to have to fight with you. You're 10 years old. Like, this is like getting old now, you know? But as I've said, like, I'm going to give it till the first 2 months of going back to school, reintegrating herself and kind of getting back into the swing of things before I need to take any other alternative measures.
Listen. At 10.
What's the other alternative measure?
They changed.
What's the old?
Well, she's in therapy because like I said, I feel like she's a little depressed, you know, I feel like she's a little not herself, but, you know, she's growing, she's going through puberty, she's going through things that most 10-year-olds don't go through. And I feel like she has a hard time expressing herself. And I feel like she takes that out on us. I feel like she self-sabotages herself. And so I just actually currently changed her therapist. She was seeing someone for 5 years. And I feel like while she was wonderful at her job, she just wasn't getting through to my kid. So we changed it up. She has a meeting with someone new next week. But as far as what the next step is getting more people involved, maybe getting a mental health diagnosis, you know, maybe taking her to see a psychiatric, to see what the root of the problem is, to fix her, because I have to help fix her before it gets too late. I'm ultimately molding her, you know.
You said the last 5 years. Your daughter has been getting therapy since she was 5. Real
Since
question, no
kindergarten.
disrespect at all. Since she was 5 years old.
Yeah.
So there's something underlying there then if you felt as if she needed help at 5 years old.
Well, we didn't start therapy because we felt like she had an issue. It was more like, you're about to be a big sister. You know what I mean? Like you might experience a little bit of jealousy type thing. That's how it started. And then obviously as me and dad started to separate, she would talk to that person. And then as we officially ended things, she had someone to talk to. And even it was good for her, even in the sense of like, you know, my little sister's bothering me today. I don't want to deal with her. I'm going to go talk to my therapist about it, you know? So I don't necessarily, I'm a huge advocate on therapy. I think that 1,000,000% you should have someone to speak to in a non-biased manner who is not necessarily just rooting for you in your corner, but can also tell you, hey, you're wrong. You know, as many times as you've been right, today you're wrong. I'm 1,000,000% aware of that. I'm open to it. And I feel like if I'm at a point in life where my daughter doesn't feel comfortable telling me something, maybe she feels more comfortable telling somebody else something, you know, and then we can get to the root of the problem.
That's a fact. But I don't know, man. All right, like I have a 9-year-old, and I'm not gonna take away from your story at all, but it's just, it's definitely, I don't know, man. I'm gonna pray for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know.
Please do.
I saw something. There's definitely something going on with the situation if you're seeking help for a child that's 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? And like I can read between the lines pretty well. Damn, like I said, this has to be like some more situation.
Yeah, well, like I said, it all started off with being an only child. As my only child for 6 years, that's my baby, and then learning to adjust to the fact that you're no longer the baby. That genuinely affected her for a very long time, and I would say that it definitely still does. She holds a very high animosity towards her little sister, but I've explained to her a million times, like, you've been the baby already. It's her turn to be the baby. If anything, you get to be the big girl now, you know? Like, you get to have more freedom than her. You get more perks than her. That's exciting. But she doesn't look at it like that.
She looks gets it, but she gets pissed off.
What?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No.
My bad.
No, let me say something real quick. There's a lot more to unpack than that. There's a lot of stuff that you don't realize that she's going through, that she's dealing with.
Exactly.
On a different level. Also, but do you think it's wise to change the psychologist because she's already built a rapport in the comfort zone with the psychologist now, and then to have to reopen up with another psychologist and have to go over the same story and the same history of relearning your patient? I mean, because that could be another issue, another layer that you create by changing the psychologist. And
it's the same company, so her file's going to get transferred over. She's obviously right. The next person's going to know. But the what I'm getting at is it's like being stuck in a rut. You know, it's like going to a job that you hate every single day for 5 years. And nothing's coming out of it. You're not getting a raise. You know, you're not getting any more incentive to be there.
I hear exactly what you mean.
And so that's how I feel about that. Is that while she may be a wonderful person, and while she may be so great to talk to, she's not helping the problem. She's not bettering the situation. We're still where we were at for the last couple of years. So I felt that, you know, and there's, just because we're changing her therapist doesn't mean that she can't go back and talk to the old one. And it doesn't mean that necessarily everything's going to change, you know. It's just, it's about finding a better solution, a new solution.
I hear you. And I understand that that's the great thing that you're working on that for your child, to give her many avenues, different things to the thing. But sometimes that may backfire because if she's already having this issue and she can't express herself, and then you want her to open up and express herself to someone new, regardless if they have their files or something yet, you still have a comfortability that you share with someone. I mean, and that can set her back,
right?
Or it can help. Maybe it will help.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a chance I have to take, you know, at this point. Like I said, it's and
a lot.
Well, and it's because the reason why I also felt the need to change her is because she flat out said, I don't even like to open up to my therapist. So if you don't like to open up to her, then what the hell are you doing going to her? You know, like, why are you wasting everybody's time?
But is she said doesn't like, but is she opening up?
No, she's not.
All right, then that's a different story.
Yeah, like she's literally going to 1-hour sessions and sitting there with her arms crossed. And she likes her, you know? Yeah, she likes her.
They don't give a fuck. They'll sit on the couch like, whatever, I get paid for this.
Right, and I mean, she's wonderful. She definitely likes her. They play games, they color, they do all these fun activities, but you're not getting to the root of the problem. You're just hanging out. And that's not what we're here for.
All right. Well, then why did it take 5 years to realize, though? I mean,
well, I didn't realize that we weren't. Again, we've been doing Zoom for the last year and a half with our therapist.
Yeah. Okay.
So for a year and a half, I've been completely unaware of everything because it's not in person. We're not all meeting together. You know what I mean? So it's been very different. And again, now that we are reintegrating back into the world, maybe adding somebody different into the mix might make things better. She's also not the same little girl that she was a year and a half ago.
Yeah, no, you're right. All right. Well, I wish you the best. I mean, I hope it works out in your favor. And
I'll pray for you, definitely.
Thank you.
Most definitely. Yeah, man. Yo. So what is he talking about, the Olympics and how y'all don't watch that shit? That's crazy. All right, let's talk about football.
I don't even care about the World Cup.
Who?
Said I don't even care about the World Cup.
Giants made a couple of moves, right? Raiders made some moves.
My Raiders
made some moves.
Man, I watch soccer. I watch soccer a little bit. I love soccer. I'm a Giants fan.
Let's talk about Deshaun Watson. Where's his future lie?
Who's that?
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson wilded. He wilded, man. Like,
they're talking about there's a 90% chance he'd be traded to Philadelphia.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They don't let him walk?
Well, they said he reported to camp today or tomorrow, one of them. How you feeling when that man walked in that locker room? Without all them sexual charges he got.
That would be a problem. That would be a problem.
Son, he was out here bugging out. I'm surprised they're letting him rock out.
Who, Richard?
Deshaun Watson, he has all these
he has sexual, he has assault allegations, sexual assault. Like,
what about Sherman? They're keeping him on the team too, and there's recorded.
No. Time out. Sherman is a free agent, number one. Number two, yeah, he's a free agent. Number two, Sherman was trying to break down his in-laws' door.
That video was funny as hell.
Yeah, he was shoulder blocking the front door, the in-laws' front door. Now, I don't, everything else after that is kind of speculation from what we saw. But what will piss Sherman off that bad to want to break down his in-laws' door?
Well, I mean, he was also drunk, so
that I don't care. That is disrespectful. That is the wildest ballsy move ever. Like, I really dare one of my kids, I got two daughters. I dare one of my daughter's boyfriends, I don't give a fuck if you play football or not, try to break down my door.
No, that's
wild. That's wild. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So I'm like, what happened?
Elders.
I'm watching the video and I'm like, yo, where's the law? I need to hear the law. Like, you know what I mean? I need to know what's going on. What happened? You know what I mean?
I'm not as versed on the Richard Sherman outcome. I don't really know. I know there was more to the case. I know his wife, they put him in jail without bail. I know that's where he was at. And his wife said that he didn't do anything.
Well, they were trying to hold him on like $500,000 from what I
they charged him with a break in the interview.
Oh, well, I mean, they got him on camera.
That's clear. Yeah, that's clear.
No.
There's definitely an attempted B&E. What was he trying to do after that? I have no clue. Like they deadbolted the door.
I believe that the wife was in the house and he was trying to get the wife out of the house.
So he was trying to drag his wife out of that. Is such a ballsy move. Like, listen, that takes a lot of ego, yeah. That takes a lot of ego. That is a whole lot of
trouble. He's always been well liked. He's never been any, and always been a well-spoken football player. Always been from Stanford. All that. He's
I've never known him for getting in trouble.
Never.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Never. Like he's not that guy. So
his wife brought him to a place where he felt that he needed to break down the door off the hinges and drag her ass out.
That's what I'm saying. What happened?
Why you so invested? Shit.
I've never, Richard Sherman does things for the community. He does things for the kids. He does things for the kids.
Yeah,
yearly. He's won awards for taking kids out in freaking bad neighborhoods and getting them involved in all sorts of football programs so they can be something at the end of the day. So this is extremely out of pocket for Richard Sherman. Mm-hmm. What happened? That's all I want to know. Like, what happened?
Going through it. Maybe he's having a midlife crisis.
Like, listen, man.
He was down with OPP.
When Solange Chun-Li kicked Jay-Z in the elevator, I asked the same damn question, all right?
We still don't know what happened in that damn elevator.
All you know is that Jay was cheating on his sister.
Mysteries. What the fuck happened?
You know what I'm saying? That's all you know. Like, I want to know what happened.
You want to hear the
What?
Yeah.
If I see some crazy shit, I want to know what happened, dude. Like, what's going on? Give me the lore. You know what I mean?
I hear you, man.
That's it, though. What else we got, man? What else happened since we've been away, bro? Well, we got Derry. Derry is out here. Shout out to Derry, man. You know what I'm saying? He says the Giants are loaded. Only question mark is the QB. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. I don't know, man. Your running back, Saquon Barkley, he hasn't stepped up to the plate yet. So we need to see something from him. Says teams need to draft that door. Block the hell out of Sherman. Deadass Sherman wasn't going nowhere. He was trying to get past that defense and that shit locked him down. Yeah,
That's my Viper.
Locked him down. Oh my God, yeah, they should have like the best-selling doors out now, man.
That's a commercial. You gotta.
No one's.
If I
made that door, I would be caking right now. Like, listen, not even Richard Sherman can get through our shit. No one's ever gonna kick down your door.
The plot twist says the father-in-law fucking built the door himself.
No one is ever kicking your shit out.
No, that's what we're gonna talk about, y'all.
What?
Zell putting pops for all. Zell no putting pops for all.
Yeah.
He is a creep and a half. I don't care how you want to spin that shit.
Yeah, that's how he did it. He came out. He went.
He is a fucking creep. Him and his little fucking rainbow little sweatshirt with his little white pants. Get the fuck out of here, old man. You are crazy.
How are you gonna call him crazy when you crazy yourself?
I ain't out here drugging no bitches. Fuck out of here.
The problem is you would have never known that if he wasn't got a deal from the prosecutor stating that if I tell you all this shit, it can't be used against me. You would have never known any of that.
I don't. Who cares? It's out there. We know he's another R. Kelly.
No. Let me tell you something. There's no sin worse than that.
Just because he's America's favorite uncle, grandpa, cousin.
Dad.
Get out of here.
America's favorite dad. That's the Monica.
How would you feel if Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was still alive and somebody accused him of the same shit?
He didn't do the same shit Cosby did.
But if he had, we would all hate him too. What if the dad from Family Matters, Carl Winslow, if we had found out that Carl Winslow was a goddamn rapist, how would we feel?
He was raping dudes.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Don't
Stupid.
fucking do this to me, man.
No,
Yeah,
Carl Winslow was
exactly.
great, bro. He's dead. He died, yo. What are you talking about?
What are you
Carl
talking
Winslow
about?
was
Carl
cool.
Winslow?
The truth is the truth. The truth is the truth is the
You be
truth.
styling. You be styling. That is not the truth. You slandering. You about to get us canceled.
Hell yeah, you have to get us food.
My point
You
is,
slandering.
I do not know this
What's up?
man. I do not know this
my
man.
point is that what happened was the DA was playing dirty. They made a deal with him that if he gave all the information so they could make a case that he would not be charged with it. And
They
then
did.
backhandedly charged him with everything they said they weren't going to.
But
That's because
the
we had
only
so many
reason why
coming
people are
forward.
fucking with
No, he
him
didn't.
is because
No.
he was going to, even if he was going to get a lesser charge, he still was going to say that he did it, which is kind of like a catch-52 at the end of the day. Because, all right, yo,
Huh?
say you did it, and we'll let you walk.
Catch what?
Fuck that, I ain't
22.
do it.
22.
You want to say that?
Catch what?
Catch 22. Sorry, catch 22.
I'll do my math on that nigga.
Y'all stupid. Y'all stupid.
It's about time you get claims.
Y'all gonna let me rock.
About
Y'all gonna let
time
me
you
rock
get
out. All right.
claims.
Here, but here-
I
here-
saw
here's
it. I'm mad
the-
dyslexic.
here's the
I'm
butts.
mad dyslexic.
here's the bolts and nuts to the whole situation. All the other
Sometimes.
people that you claim that came through, right? They had passed the time for them to even file against them. There was
And now
only one. Hold up, hey,
You're like a chihuahua.
I'm talking right now. Anyway, anyway, the one case that they had no physical evidence. There was no evidence. The only evidence that they had was everything that he told them, because they said he was not even going to be integrated. I'm not integrated. He was not going to be interviewed. He agreed to come in because of the side deal. You and I would not have known shit at all. It would have been an
He was
allegation.
still going to do it. He was
We
still
all know
going to
about
do
the
it. It
Quaaludes.
don't matter. As long as you say, I did it, or I am guilty, then no one's fucking with you. You willingly was about to sign that paper, nigga. Like, nobody made you sign that paper. They said, yo, if you do this, it's like, all right, boom.
No.
That's
There was no paper
snitching,
sign.
right?
There was no paper
Yo,
sign.
telling yourself will give you no time at all. Know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
he
but
was like, all right, fuck it, I did it. So give me no time. And it was like, psych.
My J. All right, let's put it. So, Clips. So they said. So say times got hard, son. And then robbed the bank. I know you ain't gonna snitch about anything. But they told you, though, you would be absorbed of all your charges. You wouldn't do any time. I just need to know: did you take that piece of candy from that bank? Was that you? I would want to know. You ain't gonna say, "All right, I took the candy."
I need to see it in writing.
He didn't take the candy. He wrote the dishes. The
He
fuck?
gave out the special candy.
Oranges.
Before
He
we
gave out the
even,
special candy.
before we take this next step, I need to see
And it's
paperwork.
not even like okay, it's not even like okay, he was just raping bitches. He was drugging them too. I mean, it was
They were all doing the same shit.
But yo,
Have you
check
ever
this
heard of
out.
Celtic
Even if he
Ford?
did, hold on, my bad. Gad Black, what'd you say?
Everybody was doing the same shit at the same time. It was Studio 54. Niggas
Listen.
were drugging everybody. It was acceptable at that time.
But
They
not
were all
everybody's Bill Cosby. But
Yes,
not
it was. There was-
everybody's Bill
hold up.
Cosby.
They were grand damn senators and presidents. There were people
Yeah, it's
doing the
rapey
same
talk going
shit.
on. It's rapey talk going
Same
on.
shit.
This
But
whole
not everybody's
conversation
Bill
we get
Cosby.
canceled for. Yeah. This
And
is
I
all
mean-
rapey talk.
But at the end of the day, and we've definitely had these conversations before when we used to talk about like Epstein and like all the actors that have come out. And like I'm a firm believer.
Whoa. Epstein,
Well, that's a different story.
Epstein was
That's a
he
different
had kids
That was a-
hostage.
No, I know.
We're not confused too.
We
Don't
had
do
a
that.
couple of conversations about like all these predators before.
Okay.
So what I'm discussing is
My thing is this though, Melissa.
don't
One
fucking cut
thing,
me
I'm
off.
sorry. I'm sorry. She got triggered too. I saw her face like. Yeah, one thing, I'm sorry. I just have to say this. Because I know. Yo, back then when he was drugging these chicks, though, they all woke up the next day and kept it pushing. Like, yeah, I had a great time with Bill.
And came
40
back.
years later, they came like,
And
wow,
kept coming
maybe.
back.
So that's what I'm getting to is like At the end of the day, all of these people that are coming forward with, oh, you did this to me 20, 30, 40 years ago. I don't agree with that shit. As a woman, I don't agree with that shit. I 1,000,000%, I understand that you're a victim. I 1,000,000% understand that you've had trauma, possible pain. It's affected your whole life. But in the moment, and I'm not diminishing your trauma, but in the moment, you like that shit. Why did it take you 40 years to come back? And
because NBC
it was all great. It was all great while the money was in.
I feel like Bill ain't have to do a lot.
While you were getting paid off,
I feel like Bill ain't have to do a lot.
Well, I'm finished.
Yeah, like while you were getting paid, everything was great. Everything was fucking Gucci. Everything was living. But when your paycheck stopped coming in, all of a sudden, 40 years later, now you want to cry out about it? I can't respect that. I'm not diminishing your pain. I'm not diminishing your trauma, but I can't respect it. If God forbid something were to happen to my daughter, she's at a party, she gets fucking roofied, okay? God forbid she gets roofied. And I come to find out about it, and even if the kid's a millionaire and offers to give her fucking $5 billion, I don't give a fuck. We're going to the cops right then and there. We're going to nip this shit in the bud right now. We're not going to take your money and worry about it 20 years later when it runs out. If you have trauma and pain, you have trauma and pain in that moment, not after the fact. And I understand as a victim of trauma, maybe it'll take you like a couple of months to come to terms with it, maybe a year to realize maybe you need a little bit of help from your therapist. I get it. But to wait 20, 30, 40 years to come forward, that makes no fucking sense.
That was my biggest thing.
That makes no.
That was my biggest thing about this.
Culture does not make sense to me. Cancel culture doesn't. Hold
on. But you know why? This all came up though. It's because he was buying the biggest network there was. He was buying NBC, and NBC, and people didn't want that to happen. It was a closed deal. I
knew that. I've been telling people this for forever, but they don't believe me on the low. So I just shut the fuck up because I ain't trying to get canceled. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, like. This guy was worth fucking billions.
Mm-hmm. He built Temple University
from the 60s up until date. This guy was involved in like the Black Panther movement. He was involved in fucking like the greatest fucking television show on earth. Like this guy has been there, seen it all, and done it all, literally. You know what I'm saying?
And even still, after everything that he does,
the man because I wasn't there. Listen. I wasn't there. And shout if they are victims, shouts to them. All I'm saying is you woke up the next day, went home,
like it was okay,
and chilled. And chilled.
That's just the one drug they were doing. You got to know that blow was already involved in this shit. You know that all they're doing. They picked to choose what they wanted to come back do for him. Not to say he was in it right at all. Don't get me wrong, because if you got to do certain things, listen. But my point is, most of these people came back. This wasn't only one-time occurrences. They were flying back to hang out with him. They were going back and partying with him. They were at the same places.
We're not going to sit here and act like people of wealth or importance don't sexually assault. We just got to finish talking about Deshaun Watson, right?
Yeah.
Like they do this shit. They are scumbags out here who are wealthy and feel like they have super money, so the ego is through the roof and they can just take whatever they want, including females. And I feel like, come on, really? You know what I'm saying? Like, really? At the end of the day, that's it.
About color anymore because we've had Matt Lauer, we've had like Kevin Spacey. So
they canceled the shit out of Matt Lauer.
There's white people doing this shit too, not just black people.
But real talk.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not a racial thing, it's a power thing. My bad. Gary Lucky, my bad.
Look.
I think he froze out.
You hear us?
Y'all talk if something like that happens.
What happened?
To help make things feel better. Money people feel better, but I honestly feel like that there's just other things you can do. No. Y'all hear me or not?
Yeah, we hear you, but
nobody hears me.
Yeah.
We hear you, but you're
lagging.
coming in.
Hello.
Yes.
All right. Man, you good?
Hello.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right.
All right.
Well,
we
I
come
mean,
back-
I don't know if you guys have heard too, but now LeBron James is being accused of being a sex trafficker by some girl that used to be on. I was just talking about this with my man. She was on a women's basketball team, and apparently she just disappeared. What's her name? The one that accused LeBron James? What team was she on? She was on the LA Sparks. And apparently he like made these deals. I'm going to make you famous. I'm going to make you a big thing. And she fucking disappeared off the face of the earth. She literally reemerged from the fucking depths of hell a few weeks ago, went on Instagram Live or on Facebook Live and was just like, yo, fuck LeBron James. You have not heard of me for years because LeBron James sold me. He sex trafficked me. And like that's all been hush hush for who knows how long now.
Cappy Poindexter.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it's in the news, but see how hush hush it is? It's not it's not all over the internet right now.
No, she could have got lost because you see her face.
Oh no, I haven't seen her face. You're such a piece of shit, bro.
Yo, she should have made a left turn and got missing. Ain't nobody kidnapping her.
She said she looks busted.
Yeah, she looked like Artie from Cabbage Patch though.
I mean, yo, it don't matter, right? Like, don't do that.
Oh, you got
girl.
ass and titties. You don't need a fucking nice face.
She look
like she was a gang, bro. She don't look like she been selling no sex to nobody. So who's she selling sex to? Women?
That's what I'm saying.
Other lesbians?
Yeah.
Who like?
No. I think
she's a whole lesbian. Who's she selling sex to?
Maybe listen. She looked like she on that shit. To be honest with you.
Sex traffic the lesbian.
I don't know about that one. That's
no. She looked like she on that shit. Hold on. What's that singer that came out? And she was on Win Again. She took out the Roots. She took down all. What's that girl? She got that 15 minute of fame. She talking about. She was on talking about everybody. Puffy, Faith Evans, Mary J. Blige. Who was that girl?
Yeah. You was big up on us too. That's
Jaguar.
Was I alive yet? Was I alive during this time?
He was big up enough. He was running around with that sling.
It was Jaguar. Yeah, she was.
Yeah, Jaguar.
Now you don't hear nothing about her.
She was talking about Black Thought, Common, or anybody who would listen. She was just like dragging people through the mud.
She's like Azalea Banks.
She just started yeah, she was bugging the fuck out. Yeah, she was bugging the fuck out. I remember you posted a couple of things of hers in the group, and I was just like, man, fuck this bitch, yo. All right, I seen her coming a mile away. Yo. She mad because she didn't get on, basically.
Right.
This one here.
Sometimes it is. So and getting to that with the whole waiting, and like I said, I'm not diminishing anybody's pain or trauma or what they've been through, but as a woman, I know how easy it is to manipulate the system. I can sit here and say, oh, Clips raped me, and you're going to believe me, and I'm going to tarnish your name, whether it happened or not. It didn't happen, FYI disclaimer, and he's never touched me, I promise.
No, don't do that. Yeah, please don't use me in them examples.
All right, so
because what will happen is people will sound like anybody that hates me, right? Will sound like that and be like, "You look at Clips, he's a big rapist." You know what I'm saying? And play that shit, and I'm like looking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
People. Yeah, but that's the whole point that I'm getting to. All you need is one person that doesn't like you, that's not in your corner, that can fuck your whole life up. Your whole life. Text messages misconstrued. Photoshop text messages, Photoshop some emails, Photoshop some pictures. You got a whole case now. You know what I mean? All because I'm being bitter. All because, let's say me and you had a thing. I didn't want to break up. Now I'm a bitter bitch, and I'm going to get you where it hurts. I'm going to ruin your life.
I've seen that happen too, man. I've definitely seen that happen. Like, I can't sit here and act like these type of situations, circumstances don't happen. Like this shit is real life, and people get lined up all the time, you know? So excuse me if I'm not so willing to trust the story as soon as I hear it.
Right.
Like anything, as I've explained on this show, I need to know why. I need to know what happened. You know, like that's like the person that on Facebook that takes the headline and just runs with that instead of reading the article. You know? That article could be biased as fuck, but it's gonna have like a little bit of truth in it, or at least tell you what happened, and then it'll give you the author's opinion.
And you're gonna roll with the catchiest catchphrase anyway, whether it's true, whether it's not. So,
everybody playing for clicks nowadays, right?
But that's another reason why, for me, this whole waiting 20, 30, 40 years doesn't fucking make sense to me. Like,
you know what?
As a woman, and I'm a woman, you know, I'm somebody who is constantly scared. Why do you think I have a taser? Because you never know. The wrong person might touch me. Sex trafficking is real. I could get abducted. I could walk from the parking lot to my house. I could walk from my driveway to my house and get abducted.
They return your ass. They will return your ass.
That is a whole fact.
It's a very real thing. So as a woman, I have to make sure 100 million% more that I am far more protected than the average Joe. But like, again, I personally am not going to wait 20 years to report a rape. I'm not going to allow my daughter to wait 20 years to report a rape.
You know what? My daughter wouldn't have to wait 20 years to report no rape because I'm killing that motherfucker that night or the night after.
You gotta. Here's where the problem, because because of the situation where there are people that report fake allegations and fake rape, that it's hard for certain situations for women to come forward and be.
That's what I was just saying.
I understand, but you're not 20, 30 years, nah, because that shit would have ate at your soul the whole time. Every day you would have.
That's my whole thing. Like all of these people that like. Who get abused in life growing up, and that's super unfortunate. That shit eats at my heart. And then they grow up and they turn into heroin addicts. Like it's because it's eating at your soul. There's people that have been in your life that have seen you slowly deteriorate, and they're not asking you why. They're not getting to the root of that problem. Sorry.
There are also people that have no one to tell. Because they know no one's going to believe that they have there's people that I know that they've told their whole family and none of them believe them. They thought that they were just,
of course.
Well,
you always have that piece of shit mom whose boyfriend raped her daughter.
So basically the catch-22 comes to situation.
The daughter over the boyfriend, you know.
Yeah, so it is a catch-22 because you mean I understand, but with those people's status, they could have came forward and they would have believed because they were all TV stars. They were like they were all like they have a bigger platform than most. So I'm not trying to lump this all into a regular person.
It's more sensationalized because it's Hollywood.
It sucks because you have the real victims out here, right? And then you have the scam artists that try to line people up. So now when you mix this with this, when you mix the left and the right, it just makes everything fucking gray. And you can't really point a finger at people or accuse as soon as you jump or hear a story. And that's honestly what I try to tell a lot of people, because they hear rape, they hear, pedophilia, they hear sex trafficking, and they're like, they jump right on it because it's repulsive, honestly. Let's just be real. It's repulsive. So they, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely black trigger words, you know what I mean? And they jump on it because it's repulsive. And, my opinion on that is this. Like anybody gives a fuck even. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody even really cares, like go to work. But at the same time, I try not to be too judgmental and point fingers, because at the end of the day, people, like we put them on a pedestal, right? Because we see them on, articles and magazines and stuff, but people are people, bro. Like they're regular fucking people. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you have millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, or $1 in your pocket, you live, breathe the same as me. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like I should treat you from the next person.
And it's why are we
that's like when a big back in the day, right? I'm sorry, real quick. real quick, Melissa, back in the day, like the biggest thing was who's snitching, right? Who's snitching?
Yeah.
Oh, such and such is snitching. Such and such is snitching. You know what I mean? Now we all know the repercussions of snitching, you know, and some are serious than others. But the fact is, that's some real horrible shit to put on somebody's name. And if you don't, in fact, have paperwork or have seen some form of proof, and you're alleging that someone is a rat or a snitch,
Woman.
you know what I mean?
The
So this is
horrible
why I
stigma.
think that's the biggest part of why you really shouldn't jump on everything, man, because some people will get it and it'll be for nothing. It'll be because this person is just mad because this next man is back on the street getting money. So he want to throw out there that he's a snitch. Now everybody jumps on that because that's a trigger word, right? Like you mentioned earlier. And something bad happens to either him, his family, and it was all because somebody was a fucking hater. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah. Melissa, you're about to make your point. You're about to say something. Go ahead, babe.
I forgot.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm sorry, man.
No.
I was long-winded.
I just want to put a little cap on the story that we were talking about, the LeBron James. It says a former WNBA player had some serious issues yesterday and made some very bizarre claims about Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James. 7-time WNBA All-Star Cappie Poindexter took to Instagram Live and accused LeBron James of being a sex trafficker. So,
yo, mention the source. Mention the source real quick. Mention the source.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. The source is from awesomemo.com. I think it is.
Gossip?
Huh?
Okay.
Gossip, you said?
Awesomemo.com.
Well,
also the
actual source is Instagram Live because she got on Instagram.
Yeah, because if you know, it's just because like if we don't want to get any form of plagiarizing or anything on the show, so if we like reference anything, we want to give a shout out to the source. Like, just that's what we got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But the actual source is her Instagram Live page. Because
no, you're right. But who wrote the story about making comments? I gotta give them their credit because YouTube will flag me. So that's what I was reading off of. Back to our what we're talking about at hand. Like the world is fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely.
The world is really fucked up.
I mean, and we're all parents to daughters. So I feel like it's a lot harder to live in a world where you're raising a female. Like I said, like I live in a world where I'm constantly scared. I feel like there's always somebody behind me. Someone's going to kidnap me. Someone's going to take me. Someone's going to rob me. You know what I mean? Like it's a hard pill to swallow, but I'm not as strong as you. I'm not as tall as you. I'm not as big as you. And again, we are all raising daughters. So I would hope that you guys think about these things for them too. When you let them leave to go to a party, you don't want them getting drugged. You don't want them getting taken advantage of. You don't want them getting attacked. You know, it's just, it's hard. It's hard. Again, like I said, you want to believe everybody because you want to believe that everybody is good. You want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But there are some sick, evil, twisted people that will manipulate a situation for their benefactor. Like I said, if me and Clips were in a relationship, he wants to break up with me, I'm not ready to let him go. And now I'm going to start accusing him of all of these things. I'm going to slander his name all over social media. He's going to get arrested. I'm going to take him to trial. I'm going to provide you with all these things that never happened, but due to the power of social media, due to the power of Photoshop, due to the power of the internet, I have a whole case against this man who's never done anything. Why? Because I'm bitter. That's not fair.
Yeah, I also want to address something else. What's up with all these marriages happening right now? What is going on? My timeline is flooded with marriages.
Shit.
Well, people have a baby.
My nigga, I got 2 weddings to go to in September. 2 in the same weekend. Labor Day weekend. Like,
well, everybody's getting married now because COVID fucked up getting them married then. That's why.
No, but these are people that weren't even together. Like, how many people weren't even together then? Like, it's like a whole lot of things.
That's that yellow shit. That's that yellow shit right there.
Well, you know how it is in the world of TikTok. People just want to do it just because they can. We don't live in a world where our grandparents lived together forever and made it. Now it's all about how big your party is how big your cake is, how expensive your dress is, how many people know about it. It's about putting on a show for everyone else. It's about putting yourself in debt so that everybody can see how cool you are.
Listen,
It's not love.
I don't even know. I can't call it. I myself, you won't see no post anytime soon about you getting married.
Ain't nobody wants your hoe ass anyway.
I'll be a hoe till the day I die.
Yeah, so all right.
Horrendous.
Melissa, if you were to get married, you wouldn't put on the same show as what you're saying? You're saying you different? Because y'all gotta understand, family man doing a bit. Yes, I'm married. So I put on a great show. That shit was fire.
Oh yeah, of course.
But it was fire. You wouldn't do the same thing?
But you did it
kind of like your day. You have to.
Being with your wife forever, right? You did it because you want to get married once. You don't want to get married 2, 3, 4, 5 times. It's not a game to you. Right. To a lot of these people, they're just doing it for the experience, to be able to say, I'm a wife, you know?
That's what it is at the end of the day. They just want to be like, I've been married, and they want to talk about their ex-husband or ex-wife. Like, that's why they get divorced. It's a culture now. Like, divorce is a culture.
She's right. Because they're not even taking the loss with that divorce. It's so common nowadays that they don't even care. Like, it's just move on to the next motherfucker.
Right.
And it's like, because somebody I was dealing with, they're talking about.
Why even fucking do it then? Why even do it if you're not?
Because you're looking for
the experience, for the clout, for the clout.
That's so they can say that. Hold up, like somebody said to me not too long ago, like, "Oh, you're such an age and you ain't been married yet. Oh, there's a reason why you're not with nobody. You ain't married." Like, no, bitch, I chose not to be married. Yeah, I chose not to. Yeah. I was engaged. Listen, I could have walked down that aisle. I could have did all that, but I knew.
Was the person doing all this critiquing of you? Were they married?
Of course, it was a married person talking about because they've been married.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Talking about listen. Well, at least nobody must have wanted you. I'm like, what? Like me? Like
that's weird. That's some weird shit to say. Like, why would you say some shit like that?
But that's another part of living in this generation is that everybody thinks that they're entitled into your home. Everybody thinks they're entitled into opinion of your life, whether or not you've allowed them into it. And that's something that I've caught on myself. I don't post my children as much. I've learned to respect their privacy. I'm learning to respect my own privacy because at the end of the day, me posting a picture of me or me posting a picture of me and my kids or just my kids, I'm inviting you into my life. I'm allowing you to judge me. I'm allowing you to judge my parenting. I'm allowing you to judge my lifestyle. So I've learned to cut back on that as I've gotten older. My kids were getting older. I was having this conversation today with my mom and my stepdad about how I don't post my oldest anymore without her consent. Mainly because she's 10. In 8 years, she's going to go to school, like a college. And eventually she's going to want to get a job. I don't know where social media and the internet will be in 10 years, especially with facial recognition. I personally don't want to be the reason why my daughter didn't get into her dream school, why my daughter didn't get a good job, because I thought it was cute to post a funny picture of her in a shirt that maybe wasn't appropriate or in wearing makeup that was too outlandish. You know what I mean? Like, I have to learn to respect my kids' privacy, mainly because I am allowing you and you and you and you to judge them, to judge me.
Let me drop something on you real quick. If they wanted to really fake, because I'm up on tech, I honestly want to promote or do a show on. I was going to see how it pans out tonight, with our comeback episode and rebuilding the brand. But I'm up on all tech, so it's as to your point on facial recognition and protecting your children. They don't need Facebook to get your kid's face.
Oh no.
They can tap you right at your house from a satellite, and that's how they do it. That's how they're doing it in China. That's how facial recognition works. Yeah. Well, they get you from the gate. As long as you exist in a picture somewhere, they got you. So
right. And that's yet another reason why I also don't post because I'm not. She's no longer at an age where she's always. She wants to go on places. She wants to go to the movies with her friends. She wants to go to the mall. And my daughter is so naive that anybody that's seen her in a picture that now knows her name, oh, aren't you so and so? Your mommy told me I could come pick you up today. You want to come with me? And my daughter is so naive that she's like, oh, you know my mom? Okay, cool, let's go. All because you've seen her picture before. I don't post my daughter's school ever. I won't post street signs to where we're at. I don't tag locations. I don't even give a fuck if we're at Sesame Place. I ain't tagging Sesame Place. You don't need to know where we're at. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know anymore.
I know where you at right now. Hold on.
but but even something like this, you could easily be tracking my IP address. You could show up at my doorstep right now.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, why not? I hear what you're saying, but it's also like if you really dig deep into it, resistance is really futile. So why don't you live?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if they really want to get you, they're gonna get you. That's it.
You can't just live.
You know what I'm saying? So it's live. Live. I have no time. Like I know I'm pretty much up on every fucking conspiracy with proof, back with this, back with that. I've been since like the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like that's no way to live. You can't really live that way. You can't. I just can't be that paranoid guy anymore. You know, like I'm not gonna do this because of I'm not gonna have kids. I was on some shit. After my first son, I didn't want to have kids because the microchips were very real. Dateline TV. This is back then before y'all was talking about tracking devices with the COVID vaccine. You know what I'm saying? I was watching them get mass produced in the late 90s, early millennium. You know what I'm saying? So now, like 20, 30 years later, I'm kind of like, man, just live your life, man. Just live your life.
Not only that,
if
I really want your information,
we can live our lives.
If I really want your information, please go right on Google, pay them $5, $10, and find out your address and everything. You can find out on Google anyway, so it doesn't make a difference if you. So no matter what you try to hide, I can buy your criminal records and find you. So that's
No, I agree.
So,
but I mean, as a parent,
if you're in any form of database, which you are, they're gonna get you. So it's like I'm not gonna be that paranoid. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be that paranoid. I'm gonna shit. If I had a beautiful day with my kids, man, I'm posting that shit. Like, yeah, I want everybody to see because I feel like y'all kids not fucking with mine anyway. So here you go. There you go. Dribble over my kids, right? They cute, right? Like, you see me, I got pictures of my profile picture with them now. I switched that up. I got a joint with my freaking in my cover photo. Switch that up, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I like showing them more. More than I do to myself. Like, real talk. Like, I talk about them more than I do myself.
I feel like I just respect my kids' privacy a lot more now, too. Like I said, I mean.
Yeah, I can dig it. Yeah. I'm not saying you're wrong for feeling that.
I think it's more so, too, because you see things like Billie Eilish, okay? Like, what is she, like 21 now? And she was getting cheated on with something that she said on the internet at 14 when she didn't know better. You know what I mean? Like, and that shit comes back to haunt you. I mean, in my wildest dreams, my kid's going to be the president of the United States. I don't need none of that shit coming back to harm my kid who's going to be the next Barack Obama, you know? Like,
at the same time, though, and I get that part, it definitely falls on your parents, though, and what you've been treated at home, like what you're doing at home. Like, I understand giving kids free expression is a dope thing, but again, it's a horrible thing.
A harmful thing.
You know what I mean? Like, first of all, unless you're a singer, model, or something like that, you shouldn't have a fucking social if you're a kid. There's no way you should have a social. Why do you have a fucking? First of all, it says under 18 on all of the socials, 18 and over, sometimes 21. You know what I'm saying?
13.
It's 13.
Is it 13 now?
Yeah, it's 13.
For what?
Instagram, Facebook.
Right. Snapchat.
Really? I thought Facebook had an 18 and over.
No,
13.
no, 13.
Wow. Well, I mean, get your kids ready because I guess it's the season.
Well, you understand, like, Facebook is like an ID. Like, you can understand.
When you get up there, you represent yourself.
As old as Facebook is now, they claim that it is. It's the old thing. Oh, you old people on Facebook. It's still used for everything. Like, it's a reference check. If you're fucking around your Facebook and you have hate stuff on there, they're gonna find it. Like, it's like your ID. It's your new ID.
Facebook, Twitter, IG. That's how they line everybody up now. But see, the thing is, if it's the culture like they say it is, right? Then you got to train your kids like that. You remember how back in the day, your moms, your parents or whatever say, hey, listen, when you step out of this house, you're representing me. Even if I'm not with you.
I tell my daughter that all the time. You are a representation of me.
So I expect you to move accordingly. And of course, if they don't know what moving accordingly is, that's also on you as well. So this has got to adapt, or, this has got to, you have to have the same type of intensity when you're teaching kids about these socials if you're going to have it at 13, because now all of this information is public. It's different from stepping out of the house now because there's a wider audience, depending on who they liking and following and who's following them. They have access to the world now, where we just had access to our neighborhoods.
Which is scary.
And we still had to hold it down in our neighborhoods.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I think for me too, it's hard, the idea, because I'm very type A. I like to be in control. I'm alpha, you know what I mean? And for me, it's very hard living in a world where my daughter no longer has to come and ask me something. She could Google it for herself. But by Googling it and not getting the proper answer that a parent, like, watering it down to a level that she understands, now you're going to take that information and you're going to run with it. Like, my daughter was 8 years old watching YouTube, listening to some little cartoon, asking me, Mommy, what's a lesbian? And I don't need her learning what a lesbian is from YouTube. I want her to learn what a lesbian is from her mom. I want to be able to for you to gauge it on my level to your level, not YouTube's level, not Google's level, not Facebook's level, not even a stranger's level. I'm not going to tell my kid to come ask you what a lesbian is. She's got to come ask me. You know what I mean? So that's what I think that makes it very hard to live in this generation. I haven't been a parent in the 70s. I haven't been a parent in the 80s. I haven't been a parent even in the 90s or the early.
Went from here to here.
Yeah.
Like overnight with internet. Right. Now it's the source of everything.
Yeah. So and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I've never been a parent in the 70s. So me going to my mom and being like, what do I do? She doesn't know because she didn't have to deal with these things. So and it's like they say, and it's so fucking stupid, but it's like there's no handbook for parenting, And again, like, it's just
no handbook for anything. Nothing comes with instructions, man.
And it's unfortunate that we live in a situation now where, like I said, rather than my daughter coming to me and finding out that information from me, she's gonna go look at it from the internet's perspective, which is all types of misconstrued. There's so many opinions on the internet. There's so many opinions on the internet. The same way she wants to Google what's bisexual. Right. So all she needs to do is Google what's a lesbian, and the first hit is either going to be a positive lesbian perspective or it's going to be a negative lesbian perspective. Oh, lesbians are the devil, or being a lesbian.
She'll get the positive and then go to the comments and get all the negative. Yeah. That's how the internet works. Like, you're going to get the positive.
I think that's the scariest
part of
losing that control, Definitely the scariest part of losing the control. Not that she has access to the internet, it's what the internet allows her to engulf herself into.
Listen, she has access to it. They all have access to it.
Right.
And it also causes them to misdiagnose themselves as well. Right. Because they'll think this, I'm feeling this way, I'm this, I must be this. And they don't know. They just assume Not only that, music as well.
My kid thought for all of 5 minutes that she was non-binary. I'm like, do you even know what the fuck that means? Because you've seen it on the internet.
Yeah,
girl. You know you're a girl. You dress like a
mental
girl.
condition, and they on it, right? Like,
yeah. And then it's a new reality, and then it becomes a new reality until something else comes and they move it on. There's also
the next trend. Yeah, it's because it's trendy to be these things. Again, I'm not trying to disrespect.
But that's nothing new. They just have the internet now that have access to it.
I'm not disrespecting anybody that's trans or whatever. You know, you're free to do whatever you want to be. But and so is my daughter. I tell her all the time, and I've said this before. I don't care if you're blue, yellow, green, purple, a unicorn, an alien. If you really are non-binary, if you're a lesbian, if you want to be trans, I will love you. I will accept you. I will be a part of your journey. I will help you gauge yourself through it. Don't allow the internet to tell you what you are.
Yes, I agree with that, but I also agree with the fact that at 10, that's not a conversation to really have because you're not really, you don't know yourself until you actually get,
Our brain is still developing.
Yeah, that's the point. That is exactly the point because you're not even at a state to even to and the word I'm looking for is not there, but you're not ready. You're not to give yourself. Stop painting yourself in a corner that you can't get out of. That you feel that you're trapped in.
Well, and that's what I think that, and how it got so controversial was when Lil Boozy made those comments about Dwayne Wade's daughter. I guess now
it was a son. His son that
now it's his daughter, but Zaya Wade, and I understand that because he wasn't shitting on the situation. He was just like, you can't allow a child whose brain is still developing to make those types of decisions for themselves. As a parent, you have to help them gauge in the right direction. Now, if you truly feel that that's what you are and you've been feeling this way for a very long time, I respect it. Like I said, I will help you through your journey, but you've got to be at least 18 before we have this conversation.
Exactly. I agree 100% to that. But it's also the music that they listen to too, because have you really listened to this music and they talking about suicide as so frequent as easily? Like we like
world.
Like Biggie Small shit, like suicidal thoughts. Yeah, that was like, oh shit, that was something, right? But nowadays it's in the music. I thought about killing myself the other day, and then I saw this rose and made it.
There's a lot of suicide music out nowadays.
A lot.
I heard a whole song like suicide.
Yes. and it's a lot of, and it's making it so passive that it's not even a thought, and how serious in that action is. Like it's a temporary solution it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Yeah. And the way that it is take the like this fear away from it. You shouldn't even think about it.
They've normalized it.
And singing about it, and just because you're telling your truth, well, tell your truth in a word that was a more subtle way.
Poetry, right? Poetry.
In a way that's not gonna like influence my daughter to think about doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
But that's what
I'm saying. Like you can always.
Like that's the point that I was trying to make, is that at the end of the day, I'm gonna respect whatever my daughter wants to be, but I don't need the internet telling my daughter what she is. She needs to figure that out for herself.
Exactly.
I don't understand why. Check the dynamic, right? Back in the day, we had NWA, and they came out with Straight Outta Compton, and it was mad, fuck the police, all sorts of wild shit, and the government went nuts, right? They tried to get them censored. That's when censored records started first popping up. This is banned, censored, 18 and older, yada yada, all that shit, right? But now you got motherfuckers talking about suicide, and that shit's cool. Nobody cares.
Like, and it's on the radio.
What the fuck is up with it? What is up? Like, I think, man, it's just.
It's not even, and it's not.
Should
even
I tell the truth, or
like,
should I tell the truth?
Song, it's not even that. Like a song like WAP, which don't get me wrong, to me, that's the fucking catchiest song. I love that song, but it's not appropriate for the radio. My daughter should not be singing along to that song, whether it's edited or not.
If I tell the truth,
on the late night.
I really feel like it's because, not because they want to spread awareness on the topic, is because they want other kids to hear it, get influence our kids in general, and kill themselves, ultimately. Imagery is everything, and imagery has always ruled the world. So if you have some suburban hip hop kid or fucking urban hip hop kid talking about he's mad depressed or like 10 of them, you know what I'm saying? Like whenever a positive movement or a conscious movement is in hip hop starts, they usually give that conscious brother a whole lot of money and put him in a whole bunch of movies for him to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? It's happened to Mos Def, it's happened to Common, it's happened to Public Enemy, it's happened to every and any one of your favorite conscious MCs. They give them a bunch of money and they shut the fuck up because imagery is everything. You know what I'm saying? It is. So now what do we get in this place? We get a bunch of kids that's on dope talking about suicide. So what are our kids are going to look at? These kids that's on dope talking about suicide and get influenced by it. So it's imagery rules the world. It always has.
It's not
it
even
always has.
It's the controversy. Controversy sells. You want to be trending on Twitter. You want to be trending on Instagram and Facebook. It's the controversy behind it all. The controversy
here's the thing.
is selling the record.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. And I'm, you know,
well, we live in
I'm a Democrat. Some may consider me liberal, right? And here's where the lines get fuzzy though, because it's like you have that on one token, and I always had it myself on the back for seeing the play before it happens. You know what I mean? Now, when you create confusion, you allow certain shit to come through and influence others. You know, you've seen it last year with the whole Epstein case. The Republicans are pedophiles, Democrats are pedophiles. Everybody's confused. They don't know who the pedophile is or who to point their finger to when they just would open their eyes and realize that these are all individuals and they don't belong to a specific gang. Yeah. They're all scumbags, one and the fucking same. You know what I mean? But when you start introducing these different variables to the equation, people get confused and they're like, well, maybe we should allow that. Maybe we should have this kid talking about his, you know, he should have freedom of speech, right? Freedom of speech. And that's how they play it. And sometimes being too liberal,
too free
is bad. Too free, even. Yeah.
If I came with a song like,
but we also live in a generation.
It's a double-edged sword.
Any type of publicity is good publicity. Bad publicity is even better publicity. There are no repercussions anymore. Look at Lil Nas X. All this bad publicity is selling records, is making him millions.
You almost trying to get him a shoe deal.
Because bad publicity is even better than good publicity. We don't care that we don't care that you're an angel, nobody cares that I'm the picture perfect epitome of a housewife, that I live in a beautiful home, that I have the little dog and the white picket fence. That's boring. There's no controversy there. Nobody gives a shit about me. But
unless you're not little care about this gay dude dance with little gay naked dudes behind them.
But when you hear that my husband is trying to knock down my in-laws' front door, that's when it's like, oh, damn, I want to hear about her. I want to be in her life. I want to acknowledge her existence. But you guys didn't give a fuck about me when I was this model-less human being.
Until 10 years later, they found out that you had sex trafficking in your basement. And then they'd be like, oh, shit, we should have been watching her because that's too hard. And that's how that shit ended up going down like that, because you never suspect that. But if I came with you clips to a song like you a producer, I'm like, yo, I got this track. Listen, all my friends are dead. Push me to the lead. All my friends are
go another one. And that beat was fire too, right? Like that beat was fire. Wow, yeah, they caught that beat. That beat was fire though, and then they threw a whole suicide verse. This is what I mean. Like, this is what I'm saying. This is what they're promoting. It's always been kill yourself, black man. It's always been that Faz. You know what I'm saying?
That is true, but it's deeper than that, because even these girls like I can't think of their BB Rex and shit like that, be like shit in their the material. They have the settle shit, the settle suicide shit, and they're talking about when they were cutting their wrist and when they was doing this and how they want their vision of dying and living in a different life. You have to listen to it, and it's just am I bad?
Am I fucked up? Right? because again, I'm a Democrat, and also I consider myself pretty fucking liberal. But is it fucked up that I would never let my daughter watch Meg Thee Stallion and fucking Cardi B on the Grammys?
Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem with that.
Like, am I conservative? I wouldn't say
allow it or not. She's still gonna see it.
Let me handle that real quick.
See it in front of you.
Let me handle that real quick. Here's the problem with that. Because they're wide open in the front about their ignorance, right? What I just said to you was artists like BB Rex and stuff like that are putting it in their music. Like, have you listened to that? Adrian, what's her name? Adriana, whatever her name is. I don't listen to that shit.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. Yeah.
Now, can you stay up? Can you stay up all night? Like shit, like the subtle shit. The subject matter.
It's such a little cute song. It's such a little cute song. But they got all the little girls singing it.
And they're listening to the lyrics of this shit. And what can you like? What the fuck? What? Like it is, but it's the same thing. It's just Cardi and them. Cardi is smoke and mirror, because Cardi and them are up front.
All right. Here's the thing, though, Black. My argument with that, and I honestly don't have a problem with that. I feel that responsibility should fall on the kid parents. When you riding down the car, right, and that song come on, and you know it's fucked up, you know what's in it. Pay attention to your kids, number one. Pay attention to what they fucking with, number two. You know what I'm saying? If you know that song is coming on, you gonna rock out or you gonna turn that shit off? Because I know when I was riding in the car, there was plenty of songs that was fucked up. And my mom's turned that shit off if she didn't want us listening to it. You know what I'm saying?
But the shit is, they're not clear.
You have to control that.
You can't hear lyrics.
What else?
It's different. You cannot hear and understand lyrics nowadays.
Okay, but all right. So on that same topic, so what stops you from letting your kids watch SpongeBob? How many times have I seen sexual innuendos on SpongeBob?
My kids don't watch
SpongeBob with them.
It goes over their head. How many of these little kid movies that we take our kids to see have jokes for parents? But it goes over your kid's head because they don't understand. But we're sitting there laughing because at the end of the day, these producers know that an adult has to take the child to see the movie. So you have to appeal to me too.
That's why.
Yep.
That movie doesn't come on every 30 minutes because it's not Clear Channel Radio, because they keep putting it because it's subliminal, pointing it in your mind. That's what the radio does. And then they learn the lyrics to them. You're not learning the lyrics to the movie because then you're talking about the movie is not learning the script or learning the play and running the lines on you. That's not happening. Yeah. But the radio is
like,
free.
Is it bad that I don't want my daughter? I don't want any of my daughters to idolize like Megan Thee Stallion or Cardi B out here with nothing close enough and on shaking their ass to cash.
You don't want to doesn't mean that they won't. That's what I'm saying. Like when you were like, "Oh, is it bad?"
I hear that. But is it? Am I bad for not wanting that for them?
No, absolutely not. That's your right as a parent. That's what you want for your daughters. But that's what I'm saying. Like just because you don't want your daughter to see Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion on the Grammys, just because you blocked her from being able to see it at your house, doesn't mean she ain't going to her little friend Susie's house to go see it. Because ain't nobody stopping Susie to see from seeing.
They ain't got no friends named Susie. We keep. My children got names. They got Russian friends.
It's very tight. My daughter, I don't even let her go out the house like that.
You don't know no Susie. We ain't got no.
My thing is like my definition, because women, right? They caught that performance and they're like strong women, and that's how they label that. And my perception is the reason why I'm asking is if it's okay or not, is because my perception of a strong woman is extremely different. Right. You know, I have my mom and my wife as cornerstones for strong women. So when, you know, somebody's cheering on Cardi B and fucking Meg Thee Stallion as being strong women, I'm like, nah.
Listen,
like,
being a strong woman, listen.
I think
that's not in the strip club. I don't go.
I think it's because they make it a stance that it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be sexual. And you don't have to hide that, you know? Like we live in 2021. Back then it was taboo for a woman to be sexual. She was considered a prostitute. Right. She was considered a slut.
I don't know.
Now it's okay to embrace your sexuality.
I don't think so.
And embracing your sexuality doesn't freely allow you to, as a man, put your hands on me, to look me up and down, to rape me, to all of that things. I think that it's more so, and I'm not like putting words into anybody's mouth, obviously. But
I don't think that's the message, though. Like what you're saying.
My perception of it is that as women, they're embracing who they really are, you know, and it allows other women to embrace who they really are, and that's where that strong comes from.
Okay,
I think it's strong. Hold on, B. You have to get your point. You have to get your point. You need to get it off.
No, that was it.
No, him.
If you let me, I don't want you to lose
yours
either because I'm not.
Go ahead. I can wait.
So, right, that's embracing yourself and being viewed as strong. That's strong because before that was taboo. Women, I'm fucking with that. So now there's a little bit more cleavage, the butt's out, yada yada. Right? Okay. When I go to a strip club, I see the same thing.
The same shit, exactly.
And those women are paying. People are paying
to touch
you know what I'm saying?
You're around them.
And ultimately, there's some prostitution involved. Mm-hmm. So, like the old Dave Chappelle skit says, if you don't want me to refer to you as a prostitute, please do not wear the uniform. You know what I'm saying? Because if you see a cop, you know the joke. If you see somebody running around in a uniform and you're being robbed, you're going to ask that cop for fucking help because you think he's a cop, right?
I'm not a cop, sir.
I'm not a cop, sir. I'm just wearing a uniform.
Yeah.
So when you see a chick dressed up like that, this is just all and to my point earlier with imagery now, I don't know if I want my daughters looking up to these ladies as strong women. I kind of want them to embrace.
And that's understandable because
my question.
Neither do I. As much as I feel like I see no issue with it because I am 33 years old. These people are the same age as me. So I'm just like, okay, embrace that, your body image. But what I find negative about it is now you've all got work done on your body, and then you've got my daughter idolizing this body, and now you're giving my daughter these body dysmorphia. You're giving her eating disorders. You're fucking with her mental health. That's the only thing that I don't stand behind.
So
if you want to have your titties out, if you want to walk around with pasties on your nipples, I don't give a fuck. In fact, I think it's bullshit that you, as a man, in this fucking heat, can run around without a shirt on. That's bullshit. You know, I think that's bullshit. That you as a man can run around on the street, can drive around in your car without.
I'm gonna be real with you too. There's a lot more of you guys than us. If y'all want to, I've always said this for years. If women ever got on some extra militant shit, men are fucked.
Yeah,
men are fucked. They outnumber us. What is it, 3-1? Or 5-1.
Double standards in the world, but again, yes. To the point of that, I think that it's bullshit that you are giving a lot of children a misperception of what a woman's body actually is. But I embrace the fact that you're like, fuck you, fuck society, free the nipple. This is real. This is natural. This is normal. Like I said, it's fucking 90 degrees, and I gotta be fully covered if I want to go for a run in the park. But for you, you
gotta be fully covered.
You could go out there with your whole body free. You just have to wear some little shorts. You know what I mean? Like that's
check this out though. Check this out though, Melissa. Right? Like, all right, then I'm going to the park with my daughter. Little son. My 3-year-old son, and there's a chick jogging, and she's butt naked. That's all good and cool to be around my little kid like that, like. Of course, but I'm saying though, like, be free, right? Like, it's bullshit that men can run around with no shirts on and women can't, right?
For everything, and I agree with that too. Like I said, like I go to the beach all the time with my kids. Listen, if you're gonna go. If you're not going to Robert Moses, you're not going to the show, you're going to a family beach. There is no reason why you're wearing a thong in front of children. There's no reason why your butt cheeks should be out. I'm a firm believer in that because as a mother, as a woman, I respect myself. I respect my body. I tell my man all the time, I'm like, listen, Only you know what my body looks like. Cornell could tell you he don't see me out with my ass cheeks hanging out, titties up to my fucking chin. It's all about respecting your body. Fuck you, bitch. It's all about respecting your body, and not just respecting your body, but respecting the person that loves you too. You don't. Nobody wants to be out here knowing that my man doesn't want to know that every man in New York has seen what my body looks like.
Facts. You know, listen. Well, that's how you. But
that makes me less attractive to him.
Thank you.
My question is,
thank you for saying that.
That makes me less attractive to him. If all of you know what I look like,
thank you.
They got the secret already.
No,
They got
exactly.
the secret.
No man wants anything. No man wants anybody can have.
I 1,000,000% agree with that. I mean, and it's not even just like I said. There's a time and a place for everything. I mean, we could go down this rabbit hole because I feel this way even about the fact that
where is the right time to go jogging with your shirt on for a woman?
At 10 p.m.
What is the right time and place for that? Because you brought that example.
At 10 p.m. with the headlights beaming, motherfucker.
So it's okay for men to go jogging without shorts.
Know that.
So it's okay for men to go jogging without shorts.
All day long.
I mean, like, listen, yeah. So my thing was going back to this whole strong woman thing. I don't understand what makes them strong, because when I'm looking at strong women, I'm looking at women's stores in the music industry, like Patti LaBelle. I'm looking at women like those are so like, and she had like Aretha Franklin. They had voices. They were role models because they were above repair. They didn't have to, even though they sung their ass out and show their ass or to show their talent. Mm-hmm. That was not. I mean, they were strong women because they made it in a dominant, man-dominant industry. Yeah. I'm sorry. You're right.
Baker, honorable mention.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other real strong women I hold in high regard, man. Like that, I look up to as strong. Like, so I don't know. Is my perception fucked or what?
But here's the thing, though. Because even if you're talking about the raunchy shit that they rap about and sing about, Shaka Khan has some raunchy ass material, and still didn't have to do the shit that
Foxy
these women
Brown,
are doing.
Lil' Kim,
and is considered a diva by every standard of the word.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't understand how they are considered role model. That's why my children are in that type of music. So they're not like, I mean, some of them listen to something, but they're not really into that. They're into more of like the bands and shit, you know, like whatever, free the world type shit. But it's just on some type of level. And I remember having this conversation with my cousins that lived in Harlem. I was like, yo, you know, they like in their school, a lot of different music they listen, like Dave East, all Drake and all that stuff like that, all that type of music.
He's from Harlem, so they definitely rap her hard.
Well, whatever the lust, they listen to a lot of shit. And they're like, yo, you kids, you don't know what your kids listen to at school. I was like, no. It's funny because our schools weren't set up the same. Right. A school, like different schools and like city-wise, you have more leisure time and you're listening to all types of shit in the before school, Walkman, lunchroom. That didn't go. And these schools up here,
Britney Spears, so.
You told me I did Britney Spears. So, but we didn't have that in our school for them. You know, like, so they would basically schools, class, lunch, taught their friends, but they didn't have that type of atmosphere of like playing all types of music, stuff like that. And you know, it just wasn't. They weren't into that same shit.
Yeah, man,
I'm losing my voice, so I have to take some more sorry. But you guys make great statements there. You make good opinions and whatever the fuck I want to say right now because I'm tired now.
Right. I'm tired too. Yeah, I was about to be like,
I'm surprised that we didn't talk about one of the most important things that's happened so far, which is New York legalizing weed, guys.
Oh, we did talk about that. You missed that. You was on time.
Yeah, you weren't here. That was the first topic.
That was
like the first topic we talked about. Yeah,
that's what happened when you come on time.
All that.
Come on time.
I was gonna tie into that about how that conversation was about how like there's a time and a place for things. Like I smoke weed. I don't give a fuck.
You do?
Shocker. But like my whole thing is there's a time and a place for it. It's kind of like the whole being naked, being whatever. I am obviously, like I said, I smoke weed. My kids don't know I smoke weed. I've never even smoked a cigarette in front of my children.
When you let them smoke weed?
Huh?
When you gonna let them smoke weed?
When am I gonna let them smoke weed?
Yeah.
When they want to come to me and ask if they can smoke weed. I'd rather my kids get in their
13?
weed. Hell no, 13. I mean,
so when's okay?
Fuck
What's
that,
okay?
I'm 21. I'm gonna be like, the law says 21. You are 21. Then you can come talk to me about that shit.
Going back, just because they can't do it at your house doesn't mean they ain't doing it at Little Susie's house. You know what I mean?
Right. Little Susie, Little Tram. I was stopping.
He's gonna have to do it at Little Susie's house. Hurry up.
My parents don't care about her.
Stinking up my lab, like,
no.
If I can't stink up my lab, y'all definitely not. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah, no. My whole thing on that is like, I'm all for smoking, whatever it is, what it is. Obviously, in New York, it's way common right now. Like, I could literally go smoke in front of my job. I could smoke before I go to work. I could smoke during. I'm going on a smoke break. It's the new cigarette. You know what I mean? But my whole thing on that is like, people are so disrespectful. Kind of like the whole going to the beach where you know that there's kids. Why are you wearing a thong? If you're going to a park where you know there's kids, don't be lighting up. Have some respect for people's children. Just because your kids might know what weed smells like doesn't necessarily mean that my kids do. Have respect for our kids.
Let me tell you a story real quick.
It just boils down to letting our kids be kids, letting our kids grow up accordingly. Stop trying to rush it. Like, again, like, you don't even understand how many parents that I know actively smoke in front of their children. That's disgusting. You're harming them. That is disgusting.
You know, it might be listening.
What you do in your own time. Listen, why?
I wouldn't go as far as to say it's just disgusting, because there's plenty of parents out there that grew up with their kids drinking around them, and they love their parents.
That's where I'm segueing to.
For me personally, it's not worse than alcohol. So, like, kids grown up with like whole drunken families and shit. So, you know what I mean? And volatile parents due to alcohol. Alcohol destroys families.
That's my segue.
My kids don't even know.
My bad. I stole your mom. I ain't mean to, bro. I just was like, you know.
So
at this point,
when are you giving your kid first beer?
What's up?
When are you allowing your kid to have the first beer?
Who, me?
Not everybody wait to 21. Do you remember the stories in the back of the day that I'll tell you, like, for instance,
me, like, it gotta be 21. Wine. It gotta be 21.
Hold on.
To drink wine. With me?
Were you drinking before 21? Don't be fucking.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Don't be
fucking. Oh yeah, but I wasn't drinking with my moms.
I see. My mom has always been so openly candid with me. My mom has always been very open with me in that sense. Like, she always said to me, like, Melissa, I know you're out there drinking with your friends. So you know what? Tell your friends to come to our house, drink here, where I know that you're safe,
trying to be cool,
where I know that nobody's going to hurt you, where I know that nobody's drinking and driving. She would make everybody sleep over. She would take care of everybody. But at least you know that your 16-year-old who's out there going to get fucked up anyway is fucked up in the comfort of somebody's home who's keeping them safe. So my house growing up was the cool house, because your kids are going to go to parties regardless. Your kids are going to drink regardless. But do you want them doing it on the street and
you do that?
The wheel? No.
I get all that, but here comes the responsibility that comes with that. Say you want to be cool, mom, right? And you have everybody over your house smoking and drinking. Now, while you off chilling somewhere because you're getting in there with them, little Danny, who you don't know, is in the bathroom trying to rape some chick. You know what I'm saying? He escapes without you knowing. And now you got a whole lawsuit on your hands that you're dealing with because you tried to be cool mom.
I'm talking about like 5 of my best friends coming to my house. You know what I
mean? Damn, Danny and Susie need their ass beat more often.
You know what I mean?
Oh, Susie's a hoe.
Danny might be used to
I'm trying to take it down, though, y'all. Like, I'm really trying to take it down. It's 11:30.
No doubt. We gotta head out of here. Thank you all for joining in. For people that did join in today, man, it's been great to be back. And that's why the conversations get carried away, because we just get, there's so much stuff to touch on that we haven't touched in so long time.
Plus, we have actual topics too.
No, I didn't put up. Today was freestyle. We're gonna go back to our topics. Well, we do what y'all want, as long as y'all show up on time, ready to show up. You know what I mean? But until then, people.
I'm always
I'm
on
Black
time.
Earth, the leader of the new school.
Yo, I'm King
11-7.
Family man doing the family thing.
Big
MJ,
facts,
say your
man. We
out.
out here.
Say your byes, AJ.
I'm for the streets, bitches. We out here.